You came in at the most unhyped song ever.
You make the playlist, so I'm blaming you.
I didn't know I had to make them 6 hours long.
Look, you know what Dan always tells me before we start and I'm running late?
What's that?
They can't start without you. So then, like, the pressure's off, right?
That's
like
industry talk.
I can take my time. Here's the problem. Dan didn't unload the dishwasher today. So when I came home, he was partway unloading the dishwasher and doing 10 other things. So I had to finish unloading the dishwasher and then do the dishes that needed to go in the dishwasher. So, as usual, it's Dan's fault. It's always Dan's fault, right? Let's everybody blame Dan.
Blame Dan.
Let's do it. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday and welcome to Game Make a Crystal. Tonight, we're going to eventually make some Eggnog Biscotti, but I forgot to take my butter out. I will probably, after we're done stalling a little bit, use the trick that I posted. If you guys don't already follow the Game Make a Crystal Pinterest page...
The trick where you sit on the butter and you hatch it?
No.
You go and you sit on it and you're
No.
like... Cluck, 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 cluck. Remember that quarter machine? Cluck, 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 cluck. Cluck, 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 cluck. And it would spit you out of egg.
Chicken Dan, everybody. Did you just throw nuts at me? Hey, catch it. Oh, Topo does better than that.
I lost it in the lights.
You dropped them both.
I lost it in the lights.
I thought it was biscotti. Only in the Midwest. Everywhere else in the world, it is biscotti. Sorry, Midwesterners. Nuts? Yes, Dan is nuts.
Did you see the love or not love for eggnog in the pool?
What are we at?
I don't know, your mouse.
We just saw Crystal tossing Dan's nuts. Peanut nuts? No, Dan is nuts. Do you like eggnog? 51% of you do. You're my people. 34% of you are wrong, and 15% of you are too scared to try it. Do you like milkshakes? Do you like when the milkshake gets soft enough that you can actually suck it up the straw? You need to try eggnog. Try eggnog. You have to at least try it, right? It's not like it's Brussels sprouts. PJ with the super chat, thank you so much. I had my first nog of the year on Tuesday, yum yum. Mooch, if you guys follow RFS Cats on Instagram, also had his first eggnog of the season earlier this week. Last week? I don't know. I posted a picture recently. He was very happy about it. Amanda with an incorrect opinion that eggnog is disgusting. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
I think I'm gonna have some as
You're gonna nog it up right now? That's still good. We just opened it like a few days ago. Dang, go easy. It's very rich. It's like cheesecake where you're like, I want all of it. You should not have all of it. That needs to go back in the fridge. It's only good when it's really cold. Brittany said
Amanda.
It needs another opinion on it. She likes it only with alcohol.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Not I. I like my hard alcohol to be swallowed and then gone, and then to enjoy the drink. This is really good.
Yeah, I would just take a shot. Chris wants to know if I've ever made eggnog. They have to separate the eggs. Well, then what do you think, friend? No, I've never made eggnog. Nope. Wilton started drinking it last month already. Wilton, are you in an area like Jason where y'all get eggnog year-round? We only get it at Christmas time, like the week before Thanksgiving or so. No, earlier than that, because you got some before you went to Michigan.
Yeah.
Dan bought me. These are the size cartons that we get because otherwise we will not finish them. Although we have a third nog drinker. Blake does not drink the nog. Terry does drink the nog. Dan tried to surprise me with some before he went to Michigan, and then I got sick. And who wants to drink, like, you don't want milk when you're sick. It's thicker than milk. You don't want that when you're sick. By the time he got back, it had expired like 3 days before that. Or its best by date was past.
It was all pressurized.
Yeah,
It was.
The whole thing went in the trash. It was heartbreaking. But at least once a season, we throw away eggnog. We don't finish it. Walton says it only shows up before Thanksgiving and goes away after Christmas. So Jason is in Illinois, about an hour outside of Chicago, and they have Easter nog and like other times of the year nog. I don't want nog in the summertime for sure.
They had an ice cream factory there.
They do, right up the street from his house.
Like you know how you see like almost like it looks like an outdoor brewery, like with the metal things. It was outside there, and then there was a little like hut where you could like go in there and get like the ice cream stuff.
Okay, so, and where Jason lives is not far from where he used to live. Remember, he had an apartment, now he's got a house. Not far, like, same main street outside of the neighborhood or whatever. So he's lived in that general neighborhood for, like, a decade. I've been out there so many times, not once has he taken me to the ice cream factory. Like, does he even know who I am? What's going on? He doesn't even love me. I'm convinced.
Lady Cat Austin says, I like eggnog. Gina G, what's up, friend? So, kind of like horchata taste. It has texture, like on a blind taste test, like the texture wise is thicker like
it's
horchata.
thick like that, but horchata is more like...
But it's...
To me, I don't like horchata. It tastes like potpourri to me, like you dump some potpourri in it. Put the nog back in the fridge. Don't worry, he's finishing it.
I'm putting it back. Yeah, we have a new nog.
Yes, Tristan, it literally tastes like liquid Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
Nope,
It's...
Nope, it hates you.
Alright, hold on. I have to go back here to actually like click on it then.
There you go.
Sorry, I had it on ginger settings.
Maybe Jason is not your real brother if he does not know you love ice cream. Maybe. Maybe we're only half related. Oh, Marco, get out of here. Marco said gross.
Hi, Marco.
You don't know what's up. What if we put some alcohol in it? Then will you drink it?
No,
I wonder if you could dump it into an ice cream maker and make no effort eggnog ice cream. I don't know.
I don't know. It could be.
Who has an ice cream maker and wants to try that for me?
It's really good when you make your little eggnog squares and your eggnog biscotti.
The eggnog fudge.
Yeah, those are really good.
I did try eggnog biscotti once before. I don't think this is the same recipe. I was not terribly impressed with the eggnog biscotti recipe from last time. If you guys have been here for a while, we have made biscotti before. Many of you real early on, my Aunt Terry has our Italian family's recipes handed down from her grandmother, and she made a family cookbook and had a bunch in stock on her Etsy page, so a bunch of you guys went and bought them all out, and it was hilarious if you guys missed it. She's like, I was wondering why they were all selling. She sold out of the family cookbook. So those of you who have them, she does have, I believe, 2 biscotti recipes. Are you just throwing candy? Can you offset? Exit stage left? Is that...
What is offset to me?
Get off my set! Although, wait.
So good and cold.
So.
I'll leave it there for a second.
The standard biscotti that I always make is almond biscotti. It's got chunks of almonds in it. It's got anise extract in it. It has, if you don't know what anise extract is, it's kind of black licorice flavored. So it's got a very distinct flavor and a crunch with the almonds in it. And then I melt white chocolate and put it over the top. Oh, it's the best. So good. And I think she also has a chocolate biscotti recipe in there, which I think I made once. Not as big of a fan as I am of the regular biscotti. But we did make Aunt Terry's almond biscotti real early on in the show, probably within the first year or so. And have not made it since.
Right.
Real quick before I go down to whatever's happening currently in the chat that Dan is trying to point me at. Dr. Detroit Stream stuff with the member super chat. No, I don't know what you're doing, but lay back down. Thank you so much for supporting us and being a member. It says, another month in the kitty. Biscotti is a true Italian cookie that goes with nearly any drink. Eggnog is amazing too when homemade. Oven, thank you. No, go ahead, please. Please. No, Danielle, that is not milk. Dan has. One year you did get lactose free. It was like almond milk eggnog or something. And it was not the same.
I'll take the L.
Yeah. Y'all should make eggnog shakes. The ones we had last night were amazing. Did you make them yourself or did you go get them? If you have a recipe, please send me one because I will make that.
Sometimes you pour it instead of milk in the hot chocolate.
Absolutely, yes. If you guys like hot chocolate and you like eggnog,
okay.
Try making your eggnog and splash or your cocoa and splash a little bit of eggnog in it. It's amazing. Tristan likes it with espresso and dark chocolate. That sounds amazing. Dan likes it with tea. He likes the texture of the cookie.
Can you see Mooch's eggnog face?
It's all over his face. He loves eggnog so much. Lily says, I have to say, I have had biscotti because we make this twice in culinary school.
That's it.
I've never had eggnog. I think it's due to me being Jewish. Oh, it's okay. You can have eggnog even if you're Jewish. It's kosher, right? Is it kosher?
Oh my gosh, you can't just be throwing that around.
Throwing what around?
Kosher if it's not?
Check it out. Have some eggnog.
If not, put it in the kosher box for how many minutes?
Kosher just means don't mix your meat and your dairy products, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure. There's no meat in it. I'm a vegetarian. It's okay to have eggnog. It's fine.
I don't know if that's how that works, Crystal.
It's fine.
Crystal,
have
I don't know
eggnog.
if that's how that works.
Chris says he heard Roger hates eggnog. You guys should have been here before we started. I had music on and we were making our own lyrics to Less Than Jake song and it was about Roger and it was pretty funny, but yeah, I can't tell you. It was pretty funny. Meyer sells eggnog ice cream. I have had eggnog ice cream before. It's good. It's really good. There were ice cream sandwiches. I want to say it was the Fat Boy brand. That's like the big thick ones and they're like square. They were only available at Albertsons on the other side of town. And I got them like twice and have not seen them since. Those were amazing. You keep stealing my mouse.
Sorry.
I can't do anything.
Go ahead.
Okay, you sure? Last nights were gotten at Cookout, but we do make them at home. Eggnog ice cream with milk in our Ninja blender. I don't have a Ninja blender, but I got one, and I didn't like the way it made my fruit smoothies, which is the only thing that I make in a blender. So I gave it to my mom, and I don't think she uses it. I may have to take it back, if that's the way to go. The eggnogs I looked up, I looked up and it's not my favorite drink. You reminded me that I did try it that one time when my parents got some and I did not like the texture. Also, kosher nog is not that good. That's fair. The non-dairy one was not that good either. Eggnog has eggs. It might not be kosher. Don't take life advice from me. I don't really know what I'm talking about. Eggnog has nog. It is great. Thank you, Uncle Yukon. You're back in my good graces. We're friends again. Okay, so I got distracted a long time ago.
Yeah, we were waiting for the butter to soften.
Yeah, because here's the thing. If you guys follow the Getting Baked Crystal Pinterest page, not only will you find all the recipes that I make here on the show, you will also find baking tips. And one of those baking tips is how to soften your butter when you're like, oh crap, my baking show just started and I didn't soften my butter and it's going to be chunky in my biscotti and I don't want chunky butter in my biscotti. So I'm going to show you the trick that is on that page.
Whoa, bro. Whoa. Shut it down. Shut it down. That's better. We're
You take a glass of water.
We're washing the outside of the car.
And you put it in your microwave. We'll go for 1 minute. Let's see how that goes. I just set our butter under the wood stove, but you don't have one. No, we don't have one of those. Your voice is a little off. Like, from my mouth or like doesn't sound right, because I'm still a little raspy. Kitty only fans. Voice is not off, it's fine. Okay, try refreshing your stream if you guys are having any issue. Usually we wait for a handful of people to say they're having an issue before we realize we're having an issue. But if people are saying that it's fine, then it's probably a YouTube issue on your end.
You should take a piece of tape and put it over where Crystal's mouth is.
Then I can't move. I have to stand right here.
Or you can just draw on that piece of tape. Your own mouth.
You're good. Mm-hmm. My mom always mixed her eggnog with alcohol and sprinkled nutmeg on top. I don't care for it with alcohol. I need my pure nog. But nutmeg, absolutely. We've got some right here that's going to go in our biscotti. We also made on the show eggnog fudge, which is also amazing if you like eggnog. It is an amazing recipe, and that's also on the Getting Baked Crystal Pinterest page. All right, so we've been in here for 1 minute. We're going to go for another minute. It's not really that hot. Oh yeah, it's really popular to put eggnog and brandy, rum. I don't have it with alcohol. I don't really know. But it is a popular holiday drink to have it with alcohol. Like Dan said, I'd rather just take a shot and then drink eggnog. Like, let's get straight to the point. What's up, Dan?
I'm just over here off the side of the set.
Kicked off the set. Do you have a story?
I don't.
Okay. You look like you were holding something in.
I need snacks. I want pizza.
But you've been without a car all day, so you weren't able to go get pizza?
It's been nice. We were doing our finances. And since, like, I haven't been having my car lately, we've saved so much money
in fast food?
Well, I was going to say in, like, eating expenses, but...
Yes.
McDonald's.
We have food at home, Dan.
McDonald's.
Are you discovering that we have food at home?
Yeah, there's this evil thing called Thanksgiving. Hi, Dan, everybody. Welcome to the show. We're like, Thanksgiving starts you out by stretching out your stomach.
Yes.
I went over to Leslie's house.
A week before Thanksgiving.
We ate.
Week and a half.
And that stretched out my stomach enough for Thursday, which was just like 72 hours later. So I could put more food in there to build this lining. And now I'm waddling around like a penguin.
Yeah.
I'm swaddling around, and I'm ready to put more stuff in me right now. Like, what else can I shove in me?
You need to start fasting. Okay, so I heated this up for 2 minutes. It's actually quite warm. So I don't need the hot water. You're going to dump out the hot water, and then you take the hot cup, and you put it over your butter. And then it makes your butter soft. So let's see if that works. I believe traditionally it's with rum, but I think there may be a bourbon version as well. Yeah.
Did you want me to try to find whatever alcohol you asked for before we started for
Okay, so the recipe calls for rum extract, or you can use vanilla if you want.
Do you want me to look for rum?
I don't think we have rum. I think you brought home a bunch of whiskey from Vid Summit.
But never rum.
But I mean, you're welcome to check, but you're going to have to get through all the bottles of vodka first. Where are we? Eggnog with hot chocolate on the side is good. No, put the eggnog in the hot chocolate, I'm telling you. Because your hot chocolate is always too hot to drink when you first make it. Pour a little eggnog in it, cool it down, add some good flavor. F. Vance says, I love eggnog. It's very sugary though, but I might just have a glass once a day or week or so. Yeah, I can't drink it more than like maybe a couple times a week. It's too much. And even then, just a little bit of it. Sir, we're trying to do a live show and you can put your phone on silent.
Sorry, ma'am!
Why is all the rum gone? Because we don't have rum. I'm not a rum drinker.
Oh, dang. There's so many bags of unopened croutons down here. Remember when we used to eat salads?
That's because I have good intentions and I buy salad and I'm like, I'm going to need croutons for my salad. And then the salad goes unopened. The butter is soft. That took like all of 1 minute after 2 minutes of... Wait, the other end of it is not soft. 2 minutes of microwaving. The microwave times may vary, and then just put your hot cup over it. All rum barrels are empty. Yeah, I don't think rum's a thing we own.
How about the Kahlua? Rum.
That's a rum and coffee liqueur.
Okay,
I don't think that's the same.
I have whiskey.
Really, no. Yeah, I don't think we own rum. That's fine. We're gonna use vanilla. We don't need alcohol in it.
People are gonna disapprove your message.
Sorry. You guys are welcome to make it and make it with rum if you want. I'm not gonna. So my butter's soft now, Dan.
Alright. So while your butter's softening...
No, it's soft.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean?
Talk about...
Yes, I can. If you guys haven't seen it, you don't need to see my face. Look at Dan resizing over and over. We have just announced this morning our holiday card exchange. If you guys were around last year, we did a holiday card exchange. All you have to do is mail us a card. Any kind of card, doesn't have to be Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa themed. Any kind of card comes to our P.O. box and we'll mail you a postcard back. Last year we did our chocolate chip cookie recipe on the postcard. This year you're going to get the pumpkin roll recipe. I told you guys my throat is still not right. If you guys were not around... What are you doing?
I was waving to all the people. Hi, Mom! Hi,
Your
Jim!
Mom's not even here yet.
Hi, Fred from... Hey.
If you guys were not around last year and you would prefer the chocolate chip cookie recipe, no worries, just let us know when you send us the card that you would like the chocolate chip cookie recipe. They're postcards, so I can't send both unless you want to add an extra stamp to your card, and I'll send you both. Postcard stamps are cheaper. Yeah, so you guys will get a card back from us, and then you can make pumpkin roll. Sorry, you distracted me when you came and stood in front of me, and now you stole my mouse. Jeez.
How come they haven't made it so that you could have two mices on the screen?
I don't know. Hey, you want to hear a fun fact about Chris?
Like Chris and Amanda Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
His dad was raised Amish.
Yeah?
And at 17, he got blue jeans and a sports car and never went back. Is that true? Is that really true? Did he rumspring and bounce?
Here comes a rumspring.
Oh my gosh. Husky Mom Bronico says, can't wait to make family eggnog this year. We make it every year with half the alcohol. Wait, half of it is alcohol, or you cut the recommended amount of alcohol in half, or you go through your house and put half of the alcohol in your house in the eggnog? I need to know. I need more information. Chris, I'm very intrigued by this. Very intrigued. I had no idea. You're just full of surprises. All right. Let's make biscotti. We're going to preheat our oven to 350. I like to make it on my giant pan, so I have room for both of them. Hopefully, I don't know if this one makes two. We'll find out.
Hey, Jeff, I see you in the chat. What's up, dude? Could you send me your home address so I can show up? So I can send you the gold magnet. Is this happening?
Is what happening?
This is about to happen.
It is
in this thing?
happening.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody ever cleaned the underside of my mixer. Ew. Okay, so we've got our 1 stick of butter. We're going to add sugar and eggs and mix it for about 1 minute until well blended. Oh, it was too soft.
Hold on, you're going too fast, and now nobody will know what it looks like to put butter in the mixer.
They all know what it looks like. I'm here every week.
Now I have to run over here far!
Husky Mom Veronica says, my great-grandmother's recipe calls for a lot of alcohol. So we cut that in half and it's still strong. She must have liked it really strong.
Half was for her,
Good for her.
and then the other half was for the
Good
rest
for
of her.
her. Alright, what the heck am I doing? Nobody knows. We now need Amish story time with Chris video, right? I'm fascinated. I need more
Kingpin's one of
information.
my favorite movies.
Love it. Anytime I make a recipe that has butter or cream cheese in it, even if you're adding other things to it, I always turn it on with just the butter or cream cheese in there to kind of fluff that up as much as I can. I'm sure the middle is not as soft as the outside was. I think it's just 2 eggs. Let me make sure I check that recipe right. Yeah, 2 eggs and a cup of sugar. 2.
Jeff messaged me. Still you, Dan? Still me. Is this the new version of texting with your texting with my face? It's still me.
Texting with my face?
Well, like, to identify myself.
Marianne is here. Hello, Marianne. Thank you for joining us. We are getting started on some Eggnog Biscotti. Right now I am just whipping up some butter. 1 stick of butter.
Sorry, I'm just messaging.
You can do that off camera. It's fine. All right. 2 eggs, cup of sugar. I would just like to make sure everybody knows I got another double yolk egg last weekend when I was making pancakes. I get more double yolk eggs than anybody I've ever known. Oh, hey, Dan?
Yeah.
Can you grab a chair and get me down more flour? I need like 3.5 cups, and I certainly do not have that in here. I meant to do that before we started, but I had to unload the dishwasher.
Where's the flour on top?
Up there.
Oh. Okay. I'm getting it.
Why are you being weird? What are you planning to break
Nothing.
me
Like
with?
you usually don't like let me ascend to places.
It's
This one here?
I'm trying to host a show here,
Is
Dan.
this one up here?
Yes, and it's behind the boxes of cereal and the bag of Oops All Berries. The half a torso bag. It's only half a torso right now.
That's a lot.
Do not judge my Oops All Berries addiction.
That's a lot.
I think they changed the formula because it's soggier lately. Like in my milk, and you guys, there's a lot of new people here. Maybe you guys don't know about the O Bowl.
That's sogflation.
This is the best gift and the best cereal bowl I have ever received that holds my cereal up out of my milk so I can put my cereal into my milk 1 bite at a time because nobody wants soggy cereal.
What did you used to do before then?
Pour small bowls and eat them fast. Don't talk to me and I can't talk to you while I'm eating cereal because I need to hurry up and put it in my mouth as fast as I can before it gets soggy.
Is it this flour you want, or is it these Tupperwares?
No, that's the one. Those are cake flours and all kinds of other kinds of flours.
Do you want me to? I have to bring this down. You want?
I don't want you to drop it and antique the whole kitchen. So yeah, I put my Oops All Berries in my amazing bowl. Don't worry guys, the oven is on. It's preheating. I put my Oops All Berries in my bowl and I take my bite down to the milk and it's like already mushy. It's not right. So I think they changed their recipe, and I'm gonna have to write a letter to the captain.
Do you put the letter in a bottle and throw it out to sea?
I might.
Is that how you said it?
Maybe. All right.
I live at one scurvy lane. Just throw it in there.
And suddenly he's a pirate. It's a captain, Dan, not a pirate.
He might pick up an accent here or there.
Okay. So 2 eggs and a cup of sugar to our stick of butter. So healthy. Amanda says, I have to get more flour. I went through a 5-pound bag of flour for Thanksgiving baking. Look, I have learned something.
Is it don't get your flour at Walmart?
Don't get your dry goods at Walmart. Any dry goods. You will get weevils. And my friend Holly, at the beginning of the pandemic, when we could not find flour, gave me, so graciously, because she's amazing, a 25-pound bag of flour. No, that's the 25-pound bag of rice she gave us that we haven't even gotten to because we had other rice.
We'll be giving away tonight. And
Who wants a bag of rice?
Shipping it to you overnight. Shipping. Next day shipping from here.
No, I can't afford that. That's definitely not in the budget. Super chats to ship the 25-pound bag of rice.
Just ship the whole house. Did you all feel that?
Did you see the camera shake? That was the bag of rice hitting the floor. Train of thought left without me. Yeah, so, 25-pound bag of rice. That's the way to do it. And
no, the flour.
Flour, not rice. Don't get the 25-pound bag of rice. It's going to
You're
sit in your dining room for a year.
Right.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, guys.
But how do you really feel about soggy cereal? I hate it. Sam says, I'll take the rice. No, Sam, unfortunately, I'm sorry. We do not ship edible goods to Canada because they like to lose things and take a month to send a box of cookies.
Yeah, we sent a box of cookies to Steve. And it took so long, and he was so nice, he was going to eat it.
He was. Yeah, don't eat month-old handmade goods. No. Speaking of which, we are, if you guys were not here last year, I do my holiday baking, where I spend an entire, usually I prep Thursday night, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I bake like a crazy lady. More than usual, more than my normal crazy. I bake about 12 to 15 different recipes, and then I package them all up, and I mail them all across the country. Not all across the world. Sorry, friends in other countries, I can't rely on your shipping service to get the stuff to you before it's unsafe to eat. I'm sorry, Sam, you're gonna have to just come to America.
Yeah, when you come, can you bring my stickers? The extra set that you got and like still have? Could you bring those?
Never gonna let it go. So last year we did we do it for 2 years? I think we did, because Sharon got some and Hannah got some. We do a giveaway. One of you guys will be able to win a little container that I will ship directly to you of stuff that I made my very own self. We will do that on the 10th, 14th, 10th. Check the calendar. Do you have a calendar?
I can get it. I can get it for you.
It's a Saturday.
The 10th is a Saturday? I think it's the 10th. So we will be doing a giveaway that night. Super chats will get you an entry, as usual. No, I'm sorry, Sam, not to you. I wish I could. I wish I did not have to have this rule. I really do, but Customs likes to hang on to your cookies for a while. Mouse Queen is here. Hello, friend. So yes, if you guys have not seen the calendar, Dan's working on getting it up there, I believe.
Yeah.
We're doing giveaways for the entire month of December on every episode of Dantics. There are 3 episodes of Dantics this month. The first one is this Saturday. You guys, we are giving away one of our RFS Cats calendars. If you would like to win one of those, a super chat will get you an entry. We will write your name on a little thingamajigger. We'll drop it in a big giant something. We'll have to find a big giant something. And then we'll drop it in there and pull one of them out, and somebody will win. You will get a calendar. You will get, on the 10th, somebody will get a box of cookies. Yes, Frankenbrain, Jeff has also won my cookies. Way back in the day when we did this weird, awkward, like it was not a baking show, we just hung out and like Jason was on the screen and we baked things, and I was like, somebody's gonna get something. And so then I sent him stuff. No, I'm not giving away a cat. You cannot have a cat.
You can't break up the band?
No, these are my cats. You can't have them. So yes, we are giving away an RFS Cats calendar this Saturday. We are giving away a spot on my Christmas cookie baking delivery list next Saturday. And then we're not doing Dantix the weekend of the 16th. That's my super baking weekend. I gotta do it early enough that I have enough time to get it out to everybody before the holidays. So we're doing 2 episodes of Getting Baked with Crystal featuring 3 recipes. You guys are gonna come hang out with me in the kitchen while I'm super baking. It'll be a different kind of episode because I'm gonna be in the thick of it, but it'll be fun. And then the last episode of Dantix, the holiday episode, is going to be on the 23rd, Christmas Eve. And we've got a surprise giveaway for you guys there. So, yeah, check the calendar, save the calendar. We're doing some fun stuff.
How long is this going to oven for?
Yeah, a while.
Oh my gosh, we should have saved it for then.
You shut your mouth. 25 minutes, and then you take it out, and then it goes in another 10.
Good grief.
Dan, don't worry your pretty little head about it. What else is going on here? RFS Cats is #1 for me. First thing I look at every day. I love you for that. Thank you. Thank you.
Me alive.
Hey, you should mix Scotty right now. With
No,
your
no, no.
mixer.
Dan, this is my show, and I do what I want.
Fair enough.
I always wanted my own show, so I could say that.
Alright.
Cyber Husky with the super chat. Thank you so much, friend. Hope you're doing well. She says, I went to the Gem and Jewelry Show today at the same expo center where the Novi Pet Expo is held. So weird without any dogs there and free parking. And no Dan to, to hang out with.
It's no longer the Dan Pet Show.
Where the heck was I? F. Fanth wants to know if Cyber Husky found any leftover fur. I'm sure there was leftover fur. Absolutely sure.
Yo, I bring half a dog's worth of it home with me.
Absolutely. Do the new kittens have names yet? We've been trying on names. So I have a hard time committing to names. You know this. You guys have been here before. This is a hard thing for me. We've picked names. We've changed names. We're up in the air on names. 99% sure. Okay, 95% sure. Little boy has his forever name. Are we set on it? What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
Are we sure?
That's been fine for
I think I like it. I think little boy is going to be Baxter. Not 100% yet, but like 95. I've been trying it out and I like it. I think he's Baxter. So there you go. 1 out of 3 ain't bad, right? Okay, so next step we are going to add our, we're using vanilla extract. I'm going to use this nice fancy pure vanilla from Mexico extract. And it's going to take 1 teaspoon.
Oh, I can see my Cheerio.
It's Spaghetti-O.
It was, so it dried out. What about Mama Cash? You got a name?
I'm not 100% on that one yet. We're not announcing that yet. Hannah says, I love it, Baxter. That's a good name for him. Cute name. Baxter's a keeper. That's a nice name. Good deal. I'm glad you guys like it. Okay, nice, good, fancy vanilla in there. 1 teaspoon. Let's get that mixed in. Then we're going to mix together our dry ingredients into the bowl. Here's rolling everything.
Feels fancy. Sam says, "Love you back tomorrow." Bye, Sam.
Bye, Sam. You put this away wrong. It goes in that cupboard.
What was that?
The lid to the glass Tupperware thing.
Yeah, let me get my camera. I think you're ready for your wind scene.
Peanut was the mama. Sassy for the girl. We were like nicknaming her Peanut. That wasn't a name. Mama should just be named Mama. I don't love it. I had a mama, a cat named Mama when I was a kid, and I'm just not a fan of the name. Sorry. I hate the name game because I feel like I'm gonna offend anybody or somebody every time I'm like, I don't really like that name. But, you know, the name's gotta fit the animal. Alright, so our amount of flour on this one is 3 1/4 cups. Marco says the heart-shaped image behind their necks is awesome. Both kittens have it. Kind of looks like a heart. It does. It's pretty cute. They're so freaking adorable. Hello, Thomas. We are baking. This is what we do on Friday nights. Wednesdays we have fun and play games. Friday nights we bake. Tonight we are baking Eggnog Biscotti.
Well, the cat count is 9.
What's that?
Cat count.
Oh yeah, Jeff, Frankenbrain. We found a mama cat and 2 babies, and foster failed them. So yeah, we're up to 9. Don't tell anybody. Look, 6 sounds like you might be a little bit crazy. 9 sounds like, oh my god, 9? Why? Why not? They're cute. How can you say no? Come on. 9, have me beat by 1. Oh, okay, so you're not judging at all if you've got 8, right? Like, no, just one more. What's one more? It's like with kids when people say, like, oh, you got 1, adding 2 is a handful. Once you hit 3, it doesn't matter if you have 3 or 8. Can you turn the heater down a little bit? It's really hot in here. And the oven's on. Thanks. Jennifer says, I will not make it tomorrow. I am sorry for... Oh, she has a choir concert. Well, good luck with that, and I hope that is fun and exciting. You can watch the episode later. Don't even worry about it. For those of you who are new here, like Thomas the Train, tomorrow night we are doing Dantix Trivia. You can play along on your phone or your tablet or your computer or whatever and play along in the chat and try to win. And 10 is an even number. Marco. Really. Don't add to the crazy. Mouse Queen with the super chat, thank you so much, friend, says Baxter reminds me of Meow Mix, so it fits. Also, if I ever get an Irish Terrier, it won't ever happen, but let wishes be fishes. I've never heard that saying, I like it. I'm naming him Reggie. Oh, I like it, that's a cute name, especially for an Irish Terrier. Okay, so I've got 1 cup in there, let's get my 2nd cup, and Mouse Queen, thank you for the super chat, and thanks for showing up tonight. We miss you. We haven't done calling Dantix in a while because the novelty wore off and people weren't really calling, and we're having a lot of fun. Have you made it to a Dantix 2.0 episode yet? Because those are a lot of fun, and I don't know at what point you shut up, but we're doing giveaways all month on Dantix 2.0, so you might want to show up for that. Don't let me forget, guys. Silpat for Mama Cat? I'm not naming the cat Silpat. You know why? Because Dan can never remember what it's called. Slipmat, Slippat, Silmat. No, then he's gonna screw up and never know the cat's name. Mouse Queen says, for sure, I haven't, I need to. You do, it's a lot of fun, and I think you'd do well. You know your trivia, and this is multiple choice. Look, if you can pull the answers out of nowhere, you know you can do well at multiple choice. I need to do something different here. I shouldn't have put 2 in here. Really shouldn't have put 2. Oh, Jess says, I made cherry banana bread today. Jamie loves it, so that's a win. That is awesome. Please post that recipe in the Facebook group. I've never thought of having cherry banana bread. I am not the biggest fan of banana bread, just like banana bread by itself. I went through a big kick. That was one of like the first things that I regularly baked. And so I just always made banana bread. Before I was good about always making smoothies in the morning, I had good intentions. And I would buy bananas and I would not make smoothies. And then I'd make banana bread. So we had banana bread constantly. I am burnt out on banana bread. However, this week, over the weekend, was it Monday? One of these days, they all kind of run together, I made banana cream cheese walnut chocolate chip bread, bundt cake, and that was amazing. If you add enough other things to banana bread, it's good again. That's the trick, but I never thought of cherries.
Jess sent me pictures earlier of her baking the loaf and stuff, and I was like, well, she don't like bananas, so I was like, what is that? But it looked really good. Oh
yeah, you don't like bananas, but you're making banana bread? I need more information. What?
She likes pickles, though. They're the same shape. It's weird.
That's not the same.
That big, huge spider is still up on our wall there.
I noticed that. I meant to say something. It was up in the corner, and it's moved down to, like, the middle of the wall.
I got a ladder.
We need to get Topo up there.
No, it's big. It's pretty big.
Is that not one for him to eat?
I climbed up there with the chair to, like, inspect more closely to see if he was an outside spider or, like, a bad spider. And I think he's just, like, an outside spider. Well, I don't know. But
based on the experience we had with Kamiko earlier this year, he's got to go.
Yeah, if he climbs down the wall a little bit more, I can, like, scoop him out of there.
You might have to get the ladder out. Mouse Queen with the super chat, thank you so much. Pretty obvious where Reggie is inspired from. Obvious, absolutely. Or should I say who? LOL. That's actually the kind of dog I've been drawing recently. Awesome.
Hey, Mouse Queen. I do not like nanas, but I do like banana bread.
Yes. All right.
I've never heard her say that word before, but I'm sure nanas probably sounded like nah.
Yeah, there's a couple extra A syllables in there.
You all should definitely watch the Snow Dogs video tomorrow on Gone to the Snow Dogs channel from Novi. It's gonna be really good.
Somebody said something. I just watched Dan on the second Novi video and saw y'all were live and wanted to say hi. Oh, well, thank you, Dr. Song. We have not seen you in a while.
Hello.
Flowers coming out.
Also, Yes is barely beaten out. No one ever had it on eggnog.
There's still more people that like eggnog than don't.
That's perfect then.
Oh, did you go back down?
Yeah.
Frankie Brain says, we have Bo, Dory, Mama Venus, Luna, Cassiopeia, Ursa, Woody, and Betsy Boo Warrior Princess. I like that they all have, like, little names and then Betsy Boo Warrior Princess.
It can be Mama Millie. When you have Mama Jupiter, is that what you said? Didn't I try to name the cat Sailor Jupiter last night or something like that? Didn't I try to?
These were some names we've been throwing around a little bit. I'm still not sold on anything for the girls.
I don't even care. They're just around. And they're such a family still.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Today the mom had one in a headlock, and then it was bath time, and then more headlocks.
She's still a baby herself, so there's lots of playing and fighting and then bathing and mothering.
And instincts.
Yes, absolutely.
But they're good. Like, they're good. Topo's was sitting on one of them last night.
Yeah, absolutely. Sitting right on top. Dale says, often based on their behaviors and personality, they tend to name themselves, hence Mooch, or they don't and they get called Kitty forever.
Yeah, right?
It happens.
Right.
Jeff said, we just gave Athena to our eldest son to keep her sister Aphrodite company. So we did have 11. Ouch, that's a lot.
I like Athena and Aphrodite.
I have a friend with a kid named Athena, so I couldn't do Athena. You know how it is, like, you can't name your pets after, like, people that you know. That's just weird.
I think that this is about to be a shoe reference, but Nike is also the goddess of victory, and that little girl cat is something ferocious.
I am not naming that cat Nike. I'm sorry, Terry.
No, I wasn't going for it. I was just saying, they got the goddess tip, and I was like, well, Nike is a goddess of victory.
All right, it was 3 1/4, right? Okay.
Puma would be more effective for a shoe.
All right, 3 1/4, and I'm sifting that just to make sure I don't have lumps in my biscotti. Mouse Queen with another super chat. Thank you so much, Francis. Dan says, Mouse Queen, me, Dan, sigh. I've missed you guys.
Stop by tomorrow night for trivia. Well, we're here now, but stop by tomorrow night for trivia. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've got a whole new set of people playing now, too. You've got more competition you've got to beat, friend. The well has been dug deeper with multiple choice play along on your phone. You don't have to call in because people aren't scared to play along on their phone as they are to call in. And we have more people playing. Okay, what else goes in here? Baking powder, nutmeg, and salt. These are all out of order. Two teaspoons of baking powder. You didn't see the Snow Dogs video where the puppy named after Shiloh showed up? You can name pets after your friends' pets. A good friend of mine had a cat named Topo when we were kids. Terry used to have a cat named Mooch when we were kids. Like, that I'm okay with. I'm not naming it after, like, a human that I know. I just can't do that. I hope this is enough. I think I have more nutmeg. 2 teaspoons of ground nutmeg. Which is a perfect complement to the eggnog flavor, if you guys don't know. When I make the eggnog fudge, it gets sprinkled on the top, and it's amazing. Oh, life pro tip, guys. Check the Hispanic food section for your spices, because it's like $5 for one of these, and it was like $1.50 for a bag. And this is 0.75 ounces. This is 1.81. Big difference in pricing. Same seasonings. Mouse Queen with another super chat. Thank you, friend. Ooh, do I gotta pull out the ties and suits and iron them again? Hee hee. I'll do what I can to pop in and stir the pot. Friend, we do it in 5 rounds of 10 questions, so there's 5 winners. So you don't even have to stay for the whole 2-hour show. You can pop in just long enough to win a round and get your name up on that leaderboard.
Also stay for the whole 2-hour show. It is quiz show of the future.
It is. This nutmeg is much stronger than the other nutmeg.
Is that why it's different?
It's a little darker brown, and it's more pungent in a good way. It smells really good. Just have to put this somewhere that I'm not going to knock it down.
There you go with some of the logo, but it's too small now if I put it under the logo and you can't see it!
Do what? Oh. Alright, and then a half a teaspoon of salt. Brianna's here! You made it! Yay! Seasoning from the bulk section is so much cheaper. Friend, I don't know if the camera can catch my spice cupboard. I don't have room for bulk anything. I have so many spices and seasonings and herbs and things. I wish.
Oh, Di, I'm beginning to think I'm never gonna see you again.
Aww. That's a sad story.
It's been so long, I forgot what you sound like. No, I don't.
No, she makes videos. Go watch your videos.
I don't. I did. I was happy today. She had a thumbnail and my sticker was on her laptop. I was
Oh,
like,
yay.
and your thumbnail was good, by the way.
Her thumbnails are always good.
No, I was just trying to guilt trip her to drive into my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a quick jaunt.
I know. Brianna says, I'm coming back in April. No! Don't do it! Don't do it!
She's just making a trip. She's not moving back.
Okay.
Alright, so working in small batches, we're going to mix this into the butter mixture until all of the flour mixture has been added to the butter mixture and is well blended. And it is going to be a bit thick.
Thanks, guys. The guilt trip is working. That's exactly what I was going for.
I mean, come on, it's not like we made a trip up to Washington anytime soon.
No, don't give her
You've
ammo.
been down here multiple times more than we've been up there to visit you. So who's guilty of something now?
Yeah, I know. Jess used to always tell me, like, I've been out there 2 times now, and you haven't come out at all. And then she was out there 3 times, and I was out there once. And she's like, I'm still beating you by 2. And now I think I've been out there a bunch more times.
Yes.
Jess has been out here.
Jason and I used to do that and kind of keep track. And then he had kids, and like I have no argument. Like I'm not going to make you travel with 2 small children.
Yeah. I know people want to see what Jess does if she's inside the house here with cats, but it's not worth the trip. It's not worth the trip.
It would be interesting to see her interact with cats versus dogs. I mean, I'm like, not that she's never interacted with cats in her life, but like, our cats. Oh, you made everything go black. There you go. Are you mousing or can I mouse? Because there's super chat and it's gone.
Good.
Melanie is here. Hello, Melanie. Thank you for joining us. We are making Eggnog Biscotti. Now, Brianna says, I haven't been there in 2 years. Watch out. It's a black hole and it'll suck you back. Mouse Queen with the super chat. Thank you, friend. It says, so it's just a case of... Watch out for me. Bring your own hot seat. LOL, I can do that. I may have taken part in a round once, but by no means did I win a round. Well, then it looks like you gotta keep trying. Hold on a minute. Where did the eggnog go? Oh, the eggnog was supposed to go in after the eggs. Before this dry stuff. Oh my gosh. Look, you guys got me distracted. You need to calm down. Let me grab the knob. I was starting to think it was one of those things where you don't actually use the thing in the recipe, but then it tastes like the thing. That is not the case. Dale says, where is Lancaster in relation to, say, Los Angeles, Anaheim, or San Diego?
I'll show you in just a few minutes. Like, hang tight a minute.
Lancaster, 1 hour LA, 2 hours Anaheim, 3 hours San Diego. Roughly, give or take. Okay, we want half a cup of eggnog. Shouldn't affect it too much. says, calm down. From what I hear, maybe I should get baked. Might be easier to tolerate us. Just saying.
Are you still not scrolling all the way down to the bottom?
I am.
Okay. Di said we could always crash on our couch. She said Mueller came through and did it.
Watch out, we're just gonna come knock on your door one day. Then what? Alright, let me make sure I got everything here. We did butter, we did sugar, we did eggs. That's what happened. We just mixed the vanilla and not the eggnog. Okay, so now all the dry ingredients, and then that's it, and it's over.
You guys are funny even when I'm not in the room.
Thanks.
I was just listening.
Where are you in relation to San Francisco, which is further north of LA? Yeah, that's like 6 hours north.
When we get the thing in the oven, I'll bring up a map.
Yes.
And we can, I can show you. Just don't let me, remind me when it goes in the oven. And then I can show you.
Hannah's watched our show both naked and drunk. Sober is way more fun.
Facts, Hannah. I'm with you, girl.
Hannah, I don't know what to say about that. It never occurred to me that somebody might be watching us while being naked, and I don't know why that's such a weird thing to me. But I guess, it's just on and you're going about your life, right? But...
Do you think Marco Weiss Marie's like, can they see it? Can they see
Marco,
maybe
is Marie freaked out? Has Marie been naked in front of the TV? Because Dan might have seen her.
Maybe one of my favorite streaming moments of all time.
Absolutely.
Of streaming.
Absolutely.
Hannah said she meant vape.
Too late. You can't take that back.
I'm never gonna not think that you've watched us naked.
Although
Sorry.
I did glance at the keyboard and the N key is next to the B.
As far as I'm concerned, Hannah, you're watching us naked right now. Mouse Cream with the Super Chat says, if everything goes well, I still can't wait for next year when Kat and Jess come to Texas.
I don't see why it wouldn't go well. Pew, 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 pew. And then remember when he shoot the ground? Blast himself up into the air? I can't wait. Jess and I are getting some barbecue. We're going to Texas. We're going to root and toot. It's going to be great. Probably after the barbecue. But we're going to root and toot and have a good time in Dallas. Oh my gosh. Come out and see us for an hour while we go outside the convention center in the sweltering heat.
What does root and toot mean?
I don't know, because growing up when you'd watch Yosemite Sam and stuff, he was rootin' and toot. He was getting those root and toot environments, and he was shooting his guns and blasting them up in the air and stuff like that. Right, so I don't know, whatever else happens in Texas. Woo! So yeah, we'll be there next year.
Brittany has watched the show Naked, Baked, and Drunk. Brianna says, since we're admitting it, I have as well. It's quite fun. Are we talking about naked? Because even if you're not, I'm assuming you are.
Is that the Dantix hat trick?
Naked, baked, and drunk?
Is that how that goes?
All at the same time or individually?
Yeah. No, at the same time. At the same time. Jess says, we'll have to rent a Jeep. Yeah, for rootin' and tootin'. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
I need more information on what rooting and tooting is.
Christine says, Dallas is where I am. Party at Christine P's house. Party at your house.
Not to be confused with Christine Y.
Do you have a swimming pool? Because I was always wanting to yell I'm a golden god and jump into the swimming pool like on TV.
And you can only do that in Texas?
I mean, I feel like that's a good place for that to land.
I could see that
working.
working.
I could see that working out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. That's... Yeah.
So apparently multiple people have watched us whilst being unclothed.
That's what's great about television is you can choose to keep that secret or share it with us.
It's very thick.
This is the biscotti stuff. It has an eggnog taste.
Brittany, I saw that before you took it away. I was debating on whether I should read that out loud, and then you took it away. So I won't say it, but I saw it.
Who else is in Texas? Oh yeah.
Watch it not work out, and you're making all these promises. And Afriella's watched us on their tablet while in the tub. So I'm assuming naked, unless you're one of those weird people that likes to take a bath in your clothing.
We did have
in the shower.
Yeah, well, we did have somebody call on the game show flying in a plane too.
Nothing's gonna beat that. Sorry, naked
piloted
people.
the plane. That was good.
Only spaceship beats plane, guys.
But yeah, Jess might be in Florida in January. at a Florida show.
Can you say hi to Roger for me, please?
I might be able to say Roger if I get flown in there.
I'm going with you.
You want to go with me?
Only if I can stalk Roger.
You for sure. Okay.
Watch them be on tour.
Like
He'll be out here.
I'll just text him. I'll drop him off, I'll drop you off in the morning before I go to work, and then I'll go to the convention all day, and then I'll pick you up. I'll pick you up in the evening time.
What if I don't want you to pick me up?
Then I don't have to worry about it. It's easier.
There's a super chat for you.
Oh, hi, Mouse Queen. Oh, Dano, you goober. Even if for just an hour, we'll tear it up while you're here. Yeah, I don't see why we're not going to be out there. And I think it's going to be fun, but I would love to meet you. Like, don't worry, I won't show up with, like, trivia or anything. Unless you want me to bring trivia with me. It's fine that Dan showed up, but he didn't bring trivia.
Okay, so here's the deal.
What's the deal?
It wants you to divide the dough on a floured cutting board and then shape it into a 14-inch long roll and then carefully place it on your baking sheet. Pro tip, if you make biscotti, that's not happening. It's not bread dough. It's still sticky. You're not shaping it into something and then picking it up and moving it. Not happening. This is lies. Do not trust whoever made this recipe. False. Not happening. You need to split it up on whatever you're baking it on because it's not going anywhere after that. You are not picking it up and moving it. I will show you what it looks like when I lay it out. It's not happening. So, usually when I make biscotti, it makes 2 loaves or logs or whatever. So, you take your dough and you split it in half.
So it's like the mama dough and baby dough? So it'd be like...
No, it's going to be equal. But look, like, how am I picking this up? That's not... You're not picking it up and moving it. It's not happening.
No.
False.
I had a dough mama joke, but...
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
They're going to be partners. They're equal partners, Dan.
People want just to go to Florida. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so that's 1/2.
It's so sticky.
It is, and why does this person who wrote this blog think that you're going to pick it up? She made it wrong.
I think they can just put what they want to put.
They really can, and I've been on Reddit a lot where people, I think I've talked about before, I'm in the Baking Noobs subreddit, so people are learning how to bake, and they're like, I followed the recipe and everything went wrong and my house burned down or whatever, like, catastrophic thing happened to their recipe. And so often I see people say the same thing that I say. Look, if you tried a recipe and it didn't work, it might be a bad recipe. The people who are, like, pumping these recipes out, like, every week and stuff, they're just making stuff up. They're just trying to get their post out, and they're not necessarily good bakers. Some people absolutely are. Don't get me wrong. There are people out there who consistently post good recipes. Well, some of them don't.
You know, Emmy's got non-stick fingers. You know, so I seen that. Oh, hold on real quick. Afriel says, my mom used to live near the Dr. Pepper plant in Tulsa, Texas. Did it just rain Dr. Pepper there? Or did it smell like Dr.
always smell like Dr. Pepper?
Did you see Mr. Pepper? Was he there? Did he look like a doctor?
Celeste says, so much this. Pinterest is notorious for that. Yes, and it didn't used to be like that. Like, I feel like before the internet became so universal for everybody to use, and before, like, everybody and literally their mom was on Pinterest pinning things, the quality of the recipes were better. I need it. I'm always moving my stuff. The quality of the recipes were better, but then everybody and their mom was just like, I can bake, I can put stuff together, and then they throw it in the oven, and then they make these, like, unrealistic looking pictures that you're like, I made the exact same recipe, and I know how to bake, and it did not look like that. You doctored something. You changed the color, you went and bought one. I don't know what the trick is, but some of the, what was that? It was Swedish Chef, Herfendurfen, I don't know. If I was Dan, I would grab handfuls of flour and start throwing them.
No, that gets him in trouble.
Yeah, see, that's why I said if I was Dan, but I know better. Apparently Tristan's dog also watches the show naked, and PJ pointing out there's 9 naked cats on the show. I've got a box of clothes in the back from Angie. I'm gonna have to go grab that. No more naked cats in this house.
That's it. You're all
It is getting a little
cats
chilly. Mooch might appreciate a sweater. So yeah, do not be discouraged. If you guys are new to baking and you try a recipe and it doesn't work out for you, don't be discouraged. That might just be a bad recipe. But my first pro tip is get one of those little hanging thermometers for your oven. Most ovens do not heat completely correctly all the way through the oven. You might have issues where you notice like this end of things always burns. Cook it halfway through and rotate it. Dan replaced what'd you replace in our oven?
The temperature, the oven's thermometer.
The oven's thermometer, the thing that regulates the temperature in the oven.
The thermostat.
Because our oven was not cooking accurately. I burned things, and I don't burn things. Dan, who like can't even get the tortilla out from behind the stove, fixed the oven all by himself. He ordered like a $30 part and fixed it. So y'all can do this yourself, I'm sure.
The hardest part was after I ordered it, I had to wait for it to be like togoed to my front door by the delivery system.
Yes. Yeah, super easy. F-Vant says sometimes people are bad at writing instructions. People don't always remember to include every step they actually do when they make it. Yes, absolutely. Sometimes things are left out. We've made fudge here before that should have told you what temperature to bring it to, and it did not. Thermostat is the main, but it's not a thermostat. It had like regulator in the name, with like thermal regulator or something.
Yeah, it was
like
a thermal regulator, so it knew what temperature to.
It knew if the oven had to like turn back on to get hotter.
It knew
and,
the temperature
and maintain.
by a resistor that was in it. So I replaced that, which was super simple.
Liz wants to know if anyone has some tips for cleaning an oven. Yes, do not use the self-cleaning method. All the self-cleaning method does, this actually, I had read it on the internet, but Blake gave us a whole lecture about it the other day because his mom and stepdad own an appliance repair company and he's working there and he's very knowledgeable about appliance repair. Do not use your oven's self-cleaning setting. All it does is turn your oven as hot as it'll go, and it'll burn out your heating mechanism faster.
I will take the side of that, even though I think you still shouldn't use it. But I watched Crystal, and so did you, boil over the stuff, right? And then it was so hot and gooey that you just scooped that thing
Absolutely.
right up. So I get
Put it to 350 and it'll work just fine. Don't turn it. I think it goes up to 500.
It does. Don't take it.
Don't do that. You're just gonna burn
to
out
the
your
moon.
heating element.
Also,
so
real
that's
quick,
all I got.
if you tuned in for that and it was smoking and you watched it and stuff, the stuff was delicious.
It did not taste like burning.
Oh my gosh!
At
like,
all.
That might be the recipe to burn it.
Well,
Not quite. I think that
That's true.
if you look at
That's
the pictures
true.
that I posted, I think that because it wasn't fully cooked when I took it out, I think the cheesecake may have soaked into the bottom layer a little bit. Because the bottom layer. Sorry, I'm dying here. The bottom layer did look like two different layers, but I assure you it wasn't. You guys watched me make it. It was one layer, but the top of it was like more moist, and it didn't look like that in the fake picture on the internet from the recipe.
So what are we cleaning our stuff with? Like I cleaned it once. There is oven spray.
Regular oven cleaner.
But-
If you have like chunks of stuff that have like fallen on the bottom, honestly,
Then
when I
you're
did that,
nasty.
if you put it to 350 and wait for it to heat up and then just scrape it off with a spatula, that worked really well
So
for
a lower
me.
version of the automatic oven.
Don't put it to 500.
I
It's bad
cleaned it
for
once with like stuff, but like there were still flames underneath there, so I was being very careful what I was doing when I cleaned it.
Chris with the super chat, encouraging to throw flour and do a Swedish chef
No.
segment. Absolutely not, unless
What
you're
is
going to
going
come here
on?
and clean my kitchen.
Oh my
And
gosh.
just know, if you do come here and clean my kitchen, I'm going to be behind you telling you you're doing it wrong the whole time, right?
Oh, I'm just trying not to make Amish jokes. I'm sorry. In my mind, I'm like, don't make an Amish joke. 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 Don't
Dan
make
did post the link for
Amish
the little
joke.
hanging oven thermometer. It's got a little hook at the top. What is it, like $5-6?
They're like $6. They're
Totally worth it.
They're good.
Even if you don't have a problem with your oven now, get one and hang it in there so you know when you do have a problem.
Our oven works fine now when I replace that probe or whatever, but I don't know if you said it before. Once it gets up to beep, it's another 15 minutes before it's
a 10 or
at
so.
the actual temperature. At the actual temperature.
PJ says, Dan fixed it. Did I hear that correctly?
I
Look,
did.
Here and there, he does a really good job. He fixed our dryer because it was squeaking, and you guys, it doesn't squeak anymore. Now it just goes thump 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 thump.
I
So,
traded in musical instruments for the dryer.
Sometimes it's
also,
a win, sometimes
I
it's
sliced
not.
my finger to the point where I couldn't live stream that night.
You did. Yeah, you freaked out and immediately thought you needed stitches. I assured him he did not
I
need
sent the
stitches.
picture to Steve, and Steve said no.
Oh, and you believe Steve, but not me.
I was waiting for somebody to tell me yes, and he did not. Neither did Jess.
Neither did I. Okay, let's do this. So the trick that I've learned, look, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna get it all over your hands. get your hands a little bit wet. Not like dripping wet, but like a little bit wet.
Biscotti.
Stop that. And if it starts to stick, get your hands a little bit wet again. That's the best trick for it. It's not going to do anything to mess up the biscotti. I do this every time I make it. Would you ever eat or make a quiche? I have eaten quiche. Not the biggest fan.
Every time I've gotten, look, I have never gotten to like the quiche depot, but every time I've gotten a hold of a quiche, it's been like at a mass event or a party, or it's been in a little like appetizer thing.
We've gotten them frozen a lot too, and
they're-
that's disappointing.
And they're like thick and bready. Like, there's just other things that I would like instead.
I like eggs. I'm not a
Like-
big fan of vegetables, so there's not really much in a quiche that I want.
I would rather do something else with it.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's other things I'd rather have. Okay, so a lot of times when you see the pictures of how to shape your biscotti, they have them really rounded like this at the end. Don't do that unless you want a really rounded, like, tiny piece at the end. Do it more like this. Like, it should be almost squared off, you know, kind of rounded corners, but don't make it come to, like, a point. That's not how it's done. Don't do it. I'm Italian, I know. Uncle Yukon says no sympathy if your hand or finger didn't fall off, Dan.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Missing a digit or appendage.
It sucked, and like I didn't need it. Like I still had to put the dryer back together.
You did.
And we still needed to stream, and I wasn't feeling well, and then I just didn't. It was sad. It was sad times for your friend Dan.
Lily CK says, that's true. I've learned you have to rotate the product halfway through the cooking culinary school. The hanging oven thermometers are great. Sorry, it went off the screen.
Here, I can help. Hold on. Where was it at? Tell me when to stop.
Stop. Hanging oven thermometers are great. I use them a lot in culinary school. That is honestly one of the, like, cheapest life hacks ever. If you own an oven, get an hanging oven timer. Again, you might not have a problem now, but that will make you know when you do. Dale says, wait, you're a vegetarian but not a veggie fan? How can that be?
Because there's not enough names for people that don't like meat.
Yes. I've always said I am a pastatarian, but Jason and his wife have a word for it. I never know what to say. Do I say my sister-in-law? Do I just say her name? Sandy? You guys know who Sandy is? Can I just say Jason and Sandy? I don't know.
I like the name Sandy a lot.
I agree.
And so it's Sandy
it's
to
not,
me.
No, it's not Sandy. It's Sandy.
Yeah, see, I like that.
He was corrected by her that he says her name wrong because it's not Sandy. It's Sandy.
I like Sandy.
So yeah, they say carbivore, which accurately describes me. I'm not a carnivore. I'm a carbivore.
Fuck your beetivore.
Huh? Did you say something inappropriate?
Me? Oh no, I was like, how long till the biscotti's done?
All right, so
I could put that in my mouth.
Couple few inches wide. And like this long. It's not science. I know it's baking, it's supposed to be science, but feel it out with your heart.
Is that what your heart says right there?
That's what my heart says.
So now what? Do you poke holes in it or something?
What?
Can you run this along the top of it and make
I didn't show this yet.
Can you run this along
Dan,
top
spoiler free.
and make impressions?
No, because I would have to flour it.
No, you couldn't
And
just roll it on there?
No, because it's going to stick to it and it's going to get all the little holes. No, that definitely has to be on something that's floured. So hold on and I will show that, but I'm not there yet. Okay, I need just a little bit more shaping, matting, mashing, beating. This one's got a little more dough, so I'm trying to
It sounds like when
stretch
you
it
give
out.
Coco a good pat.
Oh, Mom's here. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Ma.
Hi, Mom.
She says that looks yummy. It is Eggnog Biscotti. Well, not yet, but it will be.
It says 51 and rain outside. Is it raining out?
No, it says cloudy.
But the little icon over here shows rain.
It's false. All right, so this goes in for 25 minutes. It says make it approximately half an inch high. Ish.
Brittany says put plastic wrap as a barrier.
Then it would stick. It's really sticky. Like, legit, I don't know how they think you're going to pick this up and move it. Like, no, it's stretching and sticking and... No, don't. No. Sorry. No, I will come up with a recipe. I was talking about it on Wednesday night. There is a recipe. Let me get this in the oven. This is going to go in the oven for 25 minutes or until golden brown. Don't worry about it being a little bit too thick, you guys. We're going to overcook these. As much as we want all of our cookies to be, like, soft and gooey, The biscotti is hard and crunchy. We cook it twice. So we're going to cook it. It's going to be still a little bit soft after the 25 minutes. Don't even worry about overcooking it as long as you don't burn it. It's going to get a little bit brown. We're going to take it out. We're going to chop it. We're going to put it back in the oven. Why is the one that has more dough not as long as the one with less dough?
I don't know.
It's going in the oven.
Do it.
Alexa, set a 25-minute timer.
25 minutes, starting now.
Alexa in the kitchen. Set a 25-minute timer. She's not listening to me, Dan.
Look, she's been like ornery lately. It hasn't been the best news for our ALEXA.
Do you want me to take her out to lunch?
We're gonna have to do this timer as a backup. All right. I don't think she's here tonight though. When I'm finally showing it off.
Do you think when before the timer was invented, like back in the Western days, do you think that like after you put your stuff in the oven, you had to stand there and count like one? Was Mississippi around? Wait, was Mississippi around back in the Rootin' Tootin' days?
There was the little egg
So like,
timer.
were they like
thingies.
one Mississippi, two? No, not back in the days. They didn't. They had like candlelights.
They use their sundials.
Two Mississippi. It's at nighttime. We're baking. Three Mississippi.
Because baking only happens at night. In this house.
I think they got more like hearths. Less like an oven.
15
Yeah, I think you would just
Mississippi.
watch it and then you kind of knew, like, as much time as it takes me to do this, then it's going to be done. I don't know.
17 Mississippi.
Afriel says, I got smart. I turned off my ALEXA before the stream. Very smart. Alexis, I don't think, is here at the moment. If you are, hello. Alexis Schultz sent Dan home with this most adorable rolling pin for me. Ah, Gina Semino is here. Hello, Gina. Hi, how are you? I miss you. She's actually related. She's
You
part.
want a side camera? Go ahead.
No, let me. Yeah, give me a side camera back. She's part of my extended Italian family and was at my Italian family reunion. Yay! Yay, you're watching. That makes me happy, Gina. I hope you're doing well. Anxious to taste the Eggnog Biscotti. Did I hear you say you're 95% naming your new kitty Dexter? Dexter was in the mix in my head.
Oh my gosh, why didn't we name the kid why didn't we name
Do you want Dexter over Baxter?
Well, I
lean toward Baxter because Dexter, like, come on.
I kind of love
Serial kill. I mean,
I kind of love Dexter.
Are we going Dexter instead?
I don't know. Okay, wait, well,
I told you it was 95%.
Oh, her is Baxter.
I don't like Baxter for a girl. And I can't have Baxter and Dexter. That's too matchy-matchy. Can't
we'll get
do
back
it.
to it. We'll get back to it.
I didn't even mention Dexter to you.
Damn.
I like that one.
It was in my head, but I was like, everybody's going to be like, you just named him that because you like the murder show, but...
Okay, go. Show that.
Anyway, so Alexis sent this home with Dan for me, and it is a rolling pin with, like, what do you call them? Like cutout things?
Cats?
With cat... No, I know it is a cat, Dan. You think I live here and I don't know what a cat is? Come on.
Oh my gosh, look at Coco.
So you roll this rolling pin over your dough, and it makes the impression like it pushes down everything around and leaves cats popping up. So I was looking at what to do with this. I talked about this a little bit Wednesday night. We were talking sugar cookies, but sugar cookies puff up and they're gonna fill that in, and that's not really gonna work. I was reading on Reddit, and shortbread is the way to go. There's a specific kind of shortbread. I screenshotted whatever it is, but we're going to need to make some sort of shortbread dough because it's not going to rise as much, and it's not going to fill in around the cats, so we'll still have some cats. An embossed rolling pin, it's like the opposite of embossed, though, because embossed is up, right? Like it pushes from the back. They're cut into it. So then when you roll it over there, then like it'll push
recessed?
down. Huh?
It's recessed.
Recessed?
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, that's a little closer. Hannah says, I know it's a cat, Dan. New shirt. If you use Dexter, you can use Dexter's Laboratory's sister for the girl's name. Oh, what was her name?
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee, get out of my laboratory.
I knew a Dee Dee and I didn't like her because her husband had a crush on me, and that was not my problem because I didn't even like him though. And
Oh yeah, you just knocking down all the men.
No,
Look,
just the
this
sheet
one guy, this one time, would come into the gas station when I worked there and, like, spend way too much time there, and his wife would get pissed, and then she came in one time and, like, let me know something, and I'm like, but that's your husband and I had nothing to do with any of this, so tell him to go home? So, yeah, no, we can't do Dee Dee, I'm sorry. Jack and Sally, I can't do it, I'm sorry. I will get you 2 kittens that you can name Jack and Sally, though, or 2 puppies if you would prefer, whichever. Springer Lee cookies work with presses like that. It's a Swedish Norwegian anise cookie. Ah.
Ooh.
Let me, I'm gonna write that down right now.
That would be nice.
That might have been is that a type of shortbread? Because it was, whatever it was, it had a name and it was a something shortbread. I don't know if that was it though.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh, Jess, check your text messages.
Springer Lee. Oh, just one E. Springer. Yeah, I think that is it. Yeah. Okay, so look. This one shows them doing it with one that has pumpkins. And you can see, well, I don't know how well you can see on the screen, but it leaves the impression. Okay, so that's the kind of cookie I need to do. I'm going to try to pin one here. Speculous cookies. Oh my gosh. Okay, saving it. So I at least have the name. Oh, come on. Good deal. Thank you, whoever said that. Afriel, thank you so much. I'm definitely going to find a recipe and use that. My Nana used to make them for Christmas. Wouldn't the cutouts raise the images? So kind of like embossed. Yeah, like the cookie will be embossed. But not the rolling pin. But yeah, I'm super excited for this. This is adorable and I love it. I can't wait. Sometime in 2023, we will make some kind of cookie that we can use this. So Dan's going to have kitty impressions on his head soon.
I might let you whack me a good one just to have the impression.
Yeah. Just so you can go full crazy cat dude.
Terry's already. What are you forming a line? You forming a line?
No, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I want to see the welt too right afterwards. Interested.
Here we go. Jack and Daxter. Oh,
No.
Daxter is too hard for my mouth to say. Dexter comes out nicely and Baxter comes out nicely. Daxter, like the where your tongue has to go in your mouth for a D and then where it has to then go for an A does not come out of my mouth very well. Gina G requesting a pay-per-view for the Dan getting whacked with the rolling pin. Super chats for Dan getting knocked upside the head with the cat rolling pin.
Oh no.
Gina, are you the same one? Like we met at Novi, yeah? Before I go on with my stories. Dexter's a cool name. I like Dexter better than Baxter because I like the Dexter show.
Do you? Cyber Husky says there isn't a recipe card in the package. There's a card, but I don't know if it's a specific recipe. I haven't opened it yet. It's tips for best results on your cookies, pie, or pasta. Oh, you can make pasta with it, Dan. Oh. Not that I make pasta, but if I wanted to, I could put cats in it.
I think I choose spankings with it.
Yeah, just general tips of don't add baking powder or any leavener because you don't want it to rise. Add a quarter starch potato flour instead of wheat flour. Oh, speaking of which, earlier someone was asking when we were talking about the different kinds of flour that I have, about the different kinds of flour. Look, I'm not a professional. I just screw around with some flour and sugar in my kitchen sometimes.
It always tastes good.
Thank you. Cake flour gives you a more cakey, like fluffy texture. You can make cake flour because it's just cake flour, or it's regular flour, and I want to say baking powder. Don't hold me to that. You'd have to look it up. Cornstarch? No, not cornstarch. Baking powder. It's got to be baking powder. So it rises more like on its own, and it gives you like fluffier, cakier something. What else do I have? I have different kinds. There's bread flour. I think I might have bread flour in there. There's different kinds of flour for different kinds of baking. Most recipes will just use all-purpose flour, because hence the name. It is all-purpose, and you will add other things to make it do what you need it to do. But cake flour plus more leavener to make it rise more will make it extra super fluffy. I wonder, could you make lasagna noodles with that rolling pin? Absolutely, because it does say you can make pasta. So if you're the type that wants to make your own noodles, you could absolutely roll them with cats in them. Will you be making a new post asking what recipes we want to see in the show in 2023? Absolutely. Don't you worry, friend. And I have not ignored any of you guys who have suggested recipes. Every single suggestion that has been made in that thread where I've asked you guys what you want to see me make for the year. Every single one of those I have written down on my spreadsheet. And when I go and look for recipes, I will often pull from there. Every single time I'll pull at least one from there and try to find a recipe. Some of the things you guys have suggested I haven't found a good recipe for. So some of it takes some research on my part. There's certain things, again, not a professional, but there's certain things I recognize in a recipe that I'm like, I don't think that's going to work right. Or it doesn't fit within the time limit. Some of you guys have suggested really cool things that either overall the entire recipe is going to take way too long, or you have to make the dough ahead of time and then it's like a 5-minute cook time, and then what am I going to do? So can't really use just any recipe. So I have taken note of every single thing you guys have suggested. They are in a cumulative list that I will continue to add to as you guys continue to suggest, but there will be a new list going up. Brittany, thank you so much, our associate producer intern, Brittany. Cake flour's lower protein means less gluten is formed as you mix the batter together. Less gluten formation equates to a softer, fluffier texture. Bread flour has a high protein content, which means more gluten forms during the mixing process. Thank you. Is that self-raising or plain flour? This is just regular all-purpose flour. That's another one is self-rising flour. Maybe in England you call it self-raising. I think here it's self-rising flour. I do have some of that in there as well for some other reason. I think that has yeast in it, maybe? Look, I don't really know. I just do what the recipe tells me to do, and I'm like, hey, when I use the cake flour, it's fluffier. That's all. Husky Mount Veronico says, I use bread flour for all my breads. I've tried all-purpose, but bread flour is more sifted and works great for bread. Absolutely, hence the name. But if you don't have bread flour, you don't want to spend the extra money, if you're only going to make bread once, all-purpose flour will work for anything. If it calls for like cake flour and you only have all-purpose flour, Google how to make cake flour out of all-purpose flour, and it'll tell you the proportion to mix in there to make it. It looks like people are bigger fans of Dexter than Baxter. Let me get a vote. The one camera is off just a few seconds. Is it this one? They're both off. I can't tell because when I do it, I lift my hand now. Now it lifts on one camera, now on the other camera. So one of the cameras, you guys may have seen it when we were live on Saturday. One of the cameras has a little bit of lag. It's fine. I'm freaking you out. You're not a professional. You just play one on TV. I try. The left one is slow. My left or your left? This one. I don't know. Fucking chatterboxes are over here chatterboxing. One of the cameras has some lagginess to it.
Oh yeah, that's how.
That's okay.
That's just how. Yeah,
Fair enough.
That's just how it is.
Okay, that was all I was trying to get confirmation on. Why are you opening the window? I don't like people being able to see in at me, Dan. What else is going on?
Are we baking now? It's in the
It's
oven?
in the oven, yes.
Biscotti's in the oven?
Self-raising flour has a raising agent and sometimes salt already added to it. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is different kinds of flour have different things already added to it. So that if you're using all-purpose flour, you just add those things to it, assuming you have those things.
All right, so we're hanging out for a little while.
Yeah. We got 12, 13 more minutes here.
So maybe I slipped and fell on the phone and added some pizza to the cart, and then Terry's gonna run and pick it up.
Dan Mosley.
Are you hungry?
I mean, I have to eat dinner.
What are we gonna eat here? Because here's what's happening in the fridge. Talk amongst yourself. There was Thanksgiving stuff, but oh my gosh, that's gotta go. And then there was Indian food stuff, and that's gotta go. And then
that doesn't gotta go. I still have Indian food I haven't eaten my leftovers of.
check out. Oops.
Dan.
I have soup.
My password's my face. And now we're in. Do you for reals want some pizzas?
I mean, if you guys are getting pizza, I'm not gonna not eat pizza. That's a jerk move for you to get pizza and not get me pizza.
We absolutely got your pizza.
Do you want pizza or not?
Yes.
Why didn't we just get an Aldi pizza? You could have texted Terry to pick one up on her way home.
I told him that when I left for work this morning.
Whoa, look at her just turn on me!
I didn't turn on you. I told you that.
The oven's being...
She even said so.
The oven's being taken up by
And,
your
honestly,
delicious biscotti.
No, the oven's already preheated is what's happening here.
You know what else is preheated? You are. Look at you go.
Because we just talked about how much money you were saving on food, and then you're like, let's get $25 worth of pizza.
How did you know it was $25?
Because it's always $25. F. wants to know if your hair is naturally curly. No, she gets up 2 hours early every morning with the tiniest little curling iron and curls the tiniest little pieces. Have you seen that one girl that has red hair down to like here?
Yeah.
And she takes the tiny little curling iron and she wraps all her hairs around it. That's what she does every morning.
I swear.
It's a lot of work.
Every day, all we
you.
do is compliment Terry's hair.
I do as
just-
little as I can to this mess.
With you living here, I have learned your wash cycle. So when you have curly hair, generally speaking, you do not wash, you do not shampoo your hair every day. She washes her body. She takes a shower every day. She is clean. She smells like 500 different scents.
Always. I can't help it.
But she doesn't wash her hair every day.
No.
So I've noticed like second day is prime day.
Second day is prime day.
Second day is the day that I'm like, "Ooh, your hair's looking good today," and she's like, "It's the day after wash day,"
Yeah.
and that's when it looks really good. Lavender, I'm sure sometimes she smells like lavender.
Right now, it's
there's a lot of
patchouli
coconut
and
going
something.
on in your hair.
Yeah.
A lot of coconut-based products. I'm not a huge fan of that, but don't worry, there's 10 other smells to cover that up.
Right. Like, me neither. I don't like the smell for it on my hair because I always think I'm at the beach and I'd like sunscreen, right? But
Absolutely.
there's some very good properties that I have learned through a trial and error process. And, of course, $26,000 in beauty school. That there's a science to curly hair. There's definitely a science, and then you got to figure out all these other things. We can get into that. Maybe Terry will do a hair vlog.
So there's been a trend on short form content lately of people discovering that they have curly hair, which I'm like, how do you
Ooh.
just discover? Like, you knew you had... People think they just have frizzy hair.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I don't know, I just have really crappy hair. And then they're like, wait, I'm gonna try. So then they buy like one random curly hair product. And then the technique that's been going around lately for people to do is that you wash your hair. You don't comb it or do anything. Don't put any leave-in conditioner. Don't do anything to it. You get the curly hair conditioner leave-in product or whatever, and you scrunch, and get it in there. Work it all the way through with your hands. Wrap your hair in a t-shirt and let it dry. And then they take the t-shirt out and they're like, "Look at my amazing curls!" And I'm like, "You did not just find out you had curly hair. Shut the hell up."
That's called the curl plopping method.
You did not just find out. Absolutely not.
I'll be right back. I have a capture of that.
I was sitting here editing videos the other day, and Terry goes, "I'm gonna go get a haircut," and she went in the bathroom and she cut her hair.
Absolutely,
and
she
all
paid
her
good
little-
money to be able to cut her own
All
hair.
her little squiggles were on the ground, still in squiggle form. They didn't straighten after the haircut.
Her hair doesn't get straight when
But
she cuts it off her head.
She cut her own hair.
So, tell them the truth, Crystal. With or without the license, I cut my own hair.
Oh, absolutely. We've always cut
Always.
Terry's own hair. Like,
Always.
one of the two of us. Just
Always.
hacked it all off.
So I got this fancy thing, and sometimes I can sleep with it on my head, or for curl plopping method. It's lined, it's got satin on the inside so it doesn't like frizz out my hair.
That's very important if you have curly hair.
It is. It really is. Old t-shirts work really good too, or those little like chamois rag
Yeah, I see F fans
Those are
asking,
two.
why a t-shirt, not a towel? It has to do with the material. The
Yes.
t-shirt is better
Yes.
material.
Yes, it's smoother.
Yes.
It's smooth, more like the silk and the terry cloth. They're like, if you look close at terry cloth, it's looped, right? Curly hair is the other side of Velcro. You can't rub Velcro together and expect good things to happen. So this guy, you pile all your hair on top of your head. You put that bad boy on.
It holds all your curls.
And it holds all my curls and it doesn't mash them on my head. My problem is I don't like stuff on, or like around my headbands, all the things. I
Right.
hate them around my head, so I snatch it off in my sleep. So I have to do the thing where you sleep pretty. And that's what other people do too. They sleep literally sitting up in uncomfortable positions to not mess up their hair.
Yes. Have you seen Friday?
Thank you. Like literally sitting
Yes.
up like this, sitting up like this. It's wild. But yeah, I got curly hair tips if you need them.
Uncle Yukon cuts his own hair as well.
Yay.
Takes him about 5 minutes for the nose and ears.
It's
Fair enough.
been a minute. I was gonna show
Okay.
the picture of you guys from back in the day.
Oh, yeah, this is we were like 19. 20 maybe?
Wait. That was when I came back from San Francisco, so I was
Yes.
19. We were 19.
Okay. Yeah.
Look, what funny story, I look exactly the same.
My hair's actually curly in that picture because it was short and I was going through some effort to try to like make the bits curly and things, and
I had terrible eyebrows. Those things.
What are you
No.
wearing? Were you working at Paint a Dream?
you shut your mouth. That was my most amazing shirt that I got.
I love that shirt.
Probably from some like crappy clothes time or something like that for $5.
Rave?
No, it did not come from Rave. It was one of those like I got off work at Claire's in the valley and drove to me and Carrie used to always go to like I want to say it was Clothes Time.
I remember.
And there was like
Clothes
super
Time.
cheap clothes there.
Uh-huh.
And I wore the hell out of that shirt. That was my Rave shirt forever. I just saw a picture of me the other day wearing it with some overalls.
Anytime I picture you, like when I was out and about in the world, anytime I pictured you, friend, you were in that shirt.
I wore the hell out of that shirt so much. So much.
I can't believe I didn't wear my Astros jersey.
Mullican is currently on the road, not driving, but got bad data. Boo! Follow along in the chat. Can someone narrate? Brittany says, I straighten my curly hair. Less work. My curls get more curly as I age, and at 27, my curly is falling out. Oh,
That's because
same
you keep
friend.
straightening it.
So, yes, and when I was a kid, I literally had Annie hair. Like, red curls all over my head. And then we moved to the desert, and it's so much harder. I don't know if it is for you, because we have different types of curls, but it is so much harder for me to make my hair curly here. If I go down to, like, by the beach right now, my bangs will just go boop and curl themselves. If I know I'm going to the beach, I have to take Dan's Got To Be Glued hairspray and shellac my bangs so they will stay exactly as they are. My hair just wants to curl if I'm down where there's moisture in the air. Even when I was at Jason's house, I got out of the shower, waited about 5 minutes, and went to go blow dry my hair. Same as I do here. I'm like, oh, let me let it air dry for a minute out here. And there's so much moisture in the air, my hair was just curly. Like, I was done. I couldn't
The trick to
make
curls
it straight.
The trick to good curls is moisture.
Absolutely. And it's so hard here. And seeing all these people discover their curly hair
That too,
makes
Brittany.
me want to try to make my hair curly, but I watch this chick spend all this time on her hair, and I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that. Brittany, I am with you. I take that curling brush, I pull my hair taut, and I blow dry the hell out of it, and then it's this big frizz ball, and then I take that curling iron, and I flatten it with the curling iron, and then I put curls back into it with the curling iron, because that's easier than trying to have curly hair. Can't do it. Where'd it go? Gina wants to know, how long have you and Terry known each other? Since 1996? Yeah, it's a really long time. We met in high school, and Terry moved away for a really long time and has been all over, like, this side of the country. And now she's here in my house.
Yeah.
Brittany says, I think the bleach got to my hair. Yeah, that's not good
Definitely.
for it either.
So you can still bleach your hair, but use lower volume. You don't need 40. You need patience and 10 volume. I promise. Perm solution and bleach are chemically almost the exact same thing. So when you're pulling bleach through your hair, you are pulling perm solution through your hair. Straighten out that curl,
Yeah,
right?
It kills your hair. That's with Dan's hair. Dan's got thin, fine hair, and it was destroying his hair. Like, the red mohawk was great. It looked amazing. It destroyed his hair. His hair was so fried, and you could see, even once we did all the things we had to do to get it back to brown, which was just not as simple as just putting brown hair dye on it. Like, we had to do a whole process and a thing. You could still tell where the last part that was bleached was, because the hair was just destroyed. And when he'd try to put his hair up, that part would, like, tangle and not do well at all. Let me grab this, friend. You're
Of
fine.
course. Somebody wanted pets for Mooch. Oh, the teeth.
Hilo Husky says, I love your hair, Terry. I have butt-length, straight, thin hair. Oh, I can't with hair that long.
Chop it to the middle of your back and put some layers in it. It won't look so thin.
There you go. Absolutely. But not too much layers, because my mom...
No, just
my
soft-
mom's been
soft long
doing...
layers.
They told me one time, you don't want layers, you want it rounded at the end. So I would
That will
try to
help
tell
too.
the haircutting
Curve.
people, like, can you just round it, like, this way instead of layers? Because if you get too much layers, it looks thin. And my mom was doing this layered thing for a long time where her hair was, like, down to here, but then some of it was here, and it looked so thin. And she went to some... Oh, hey, did you need a sip?
Longer layers.
Precious, everybody. He doesn't do well when things are in his way.
They snatched his braids.
My mom went and got her hair all chopped off short, and it looks so much thicker because it's all one length, so not too much layers.
How long is this thing in the oven for? How much longer?
We got about 2.5 minutes.
And then more stuff after that, or
Yeah.
the show's not over soon?
No, it's biscotti.
We gotta bake it again.
Yeah, I have to
Okay.
take it out and chop it.
So maybe I'll run to grab the pizza, and you two can hang out here.
Shannon, I love my hotel job. I'm
Whatever
not
you
even gonna
wanna
lie,
do.
but also I'm a supervisor, so
That helps.
yeah. Breakfast,
Shannon has worked in restaurants a bunch, though. They want her to be a breakfast
a
attendant.
breakfast attendant. Oh, do it. You gotta go to work mad early, but you get off before noon.
How's your toast game?
Not even, mostly Southampton Inn. Mostly she's restocking stuff. She's refilling a lot of stuff is easy make, quick make, and reheat. And we got some fresh stuff too, and there's cereal and other options, but it's keeping the coffee hot and fresh.
Brittany
She's
wants
gone
to
by
know
noon.
if Dan can eat this today. Yes, Dan can eat this today. Absolutely.
I like the little jelly squares with the jelly.
Oh, Gila might be it.
the best.
As we get older, ... That's part of it too. Up your collagen and protein intake.
What is your feeling on when I went to so I've always back up. I've always just gone to like Supercuts and like whoever's there, he's going to get it. Whoever's there cut my hair. I've learned no offense at all, but generally speaking, Asian people cannot cut my hair. Because my hair is naturally curly, it does have a natural curl to it, it has to be cut wet. It cannot be cut with like a straight razor or anything, and every time I've had an Asian lady cut my hair, they hack it up and give me damn near a mullet. Like, they don't know how to do the layers right for my type of hair.
Right, or the layers that you like.
Asian people have, like, thick, straight, stick hair. It's different kind of hair. Just like doing white people hair and doing black people hair is different. Like, the, what is it, 4C curly hair versus straight hair.
Textures, and all the things, thickness, all the things. It makes a huge difference.
Marco says, that's the first time seeing Crystal show love to Dan. I like to keep him at his arm's length, you know? Leave him wanting more.
He koalas too, so she's got to be careful.
Yeah,
he
really does. Like, Terry lives here now. She knows Dan is literally just like glomp all the time on me.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just like, look,
Dan is
I'm
totally
doing a
Crystal's
show.
girlfriend.
He really is. Oh, hey,
Hey Alexa. Sorry guys.
hey Alexa.
I'm sorry.
Stop the timer that I didn't even ask you to start.
That's how I feel about that lady over there.
We have a
Not
little,
that lady.
We have a little Alexa pod in the bedroom, and sometimes the one in the kitchen doesn't want to listen, and the one in there does. I don't know why. So I went for a while, like, you know, you go to a Supercuts and like the same people are working there for a while, and then they leave, and then you got like another random person. You're like, I don't know, I guess you can cut my hair. Generally speaking, white girls with tattoos do a good job on my hair. Black girls do a good job on my hair, and then the one girl last time was like, oh, you got hair in here that looks like my hair. I'm like, I told you it's curly. Oh, that one is so much bigger. Okay, I think we're good. Let me grab the other one. So the one girl told me one time to get the Bosley shampoo and conditioner.
Okay.
That crap is expensive.
And
I didn't really notice a difference. Excuse me.
yeah,
Not really.
like for some and not for others, like everything else.
Okay, fair enough. It was supposed to make my hair like thicker and
It works for a lot of people.
I felt like at first, watch your hands.
But
At
also,
first I felt like it did, but I'm like,
treats,
is it psychosomatic? I don't
It treats a
know.
lot of like scalp issue stuff. So like if it's a scalp issue kind of thing, you know what I mean. But if it's not,
Gotcha.
then also it's not going to do anything for it. It's like taking medicine you don't need, then it's doing
Right,
anything.
but you just think it's working.
Yeah.
I told you. Watch out.
I missed. I tarried my hand.
I basically live with two Dans.
I'm not as bad as he is though.
Shannon says thanks. It's good money and includes tips, so I'm thinking it's worth a shot. Why not?
Try
Look,
it.
if you don't like it, you can quit.
Absolutely,
That's the
you can
beauty
find
of
another
life.
job.
If you don't like it, you don't have to do it.
I will say this though, I get an amazing discount.
There's that too.
I work for Marriott's. So where I'm working now is the Fairfield Inn and Suites. It's a brand new hotel. We just opened that bad boy up. It's dope. I get an amazing discount. I'm finally a supervisor. Like, I like it. I don't have to work as
You
hard.
go that way. No, you come this way. You're doing it wrong. You're talking. Stay on camera.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Usually I just sit over there and I play in the chat and like deedle deep around and
All right,
stuff.
Dan's not here for side cam. This is going to show up way more washed out than it is in real life, but you can see it's brown around the edges. That's where you want it to be when you take it out the first time. Also, Helen is here. Hello, Helen, and thank you so much for the super chat. I love Sexy Pear. You know how much I love Sexy Pear. Thank you, friend. Appreciate you. Helen, if you have not heard, we are doing a holiday card exchange. Info is in the description if you're interested. And international people, feel free to send a card. It's just a postcard I'm sending back, so I'll send it to you internationally. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. It's bigger than my cutting board.
Aw.
We're gonna need a bigger cutting board.
Saw this movie one time where a guy said that about a boat.
That'll do, pig.
Saw that movie too. Do you need a knife?
I need the Santoku knife.
Which
That's the one I like to use.
I don't know that. I don't know the names of knives.
No?
No.
I only know that one. I use this one. This is a Santoku knife.
Okay,
With
perfect.
the little things. It's like
I won't forget
for
these.
Japanese things.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's not going to be big enough for this.
Do you need a longer version of that?
Yeah. Oh, I think this comes with two of them, maybe.
That's not the one. Jesus. No.
No, maybe not. Okay, see if there's one like that in there. You get back.
With the deedle deep wedges in it, huh?
Amanda says, I've shaved my head and it was super cute, but trying to grow it out. It's thin and poker straight and annoying. I like that I get to do things with it, and it's getting annoying at the same time. My favorite thing, I cut my hair... Amanda, you're old enough to remember Natalie Imbruglia?
Oh.
And she had the cutest haircut, and I wanted that haircut. I have curly hair that I fight against. And the shorter it is, the harder it is to fight against. Yes, ma'am. I had the worst haircut ever. Mooch, lay down. Brittany commands you to lay down. At least get out of the way. Can you do a thing? Help with that. Please and thank you, of course. But it was fun as it grows out. Like, oh my god, I hate this haircut. But as it grows out, you get to experience every length of hair, and that's a lot of fun. And you kind of like feel out what works for you and what doesn't. So when this comes out, it is firm enough that like you could pick the whole thing up. I recommend putting it on a cutting board and cutting it. Thickness is kind of up to you how thick you want it, but basically we're going to cut it into biscottis and then roll it on its side and put it back in the oven. I don't know what this one does.
He went for a snack friend.
Nice. So this has you baking it for 10 minutes after we slice it and then turn it over and bake it for 10 more minutes, which is also what Aunt Terry's recipe says. I have found 10 minutes on each side is a little bit too long. I usually do like 5 to 7 depending on how crispy I want it and how thick they are. The thicker they are, like the longer it's going to take to crispy up. Where's the scratch and sniff option? Do you have eggnog at your house? Go get some eggnog and just sniff your eggnog because
It smells so good in here.
it really does. Also, what I like to do, because I want flat on both ends, I cut this little piece off the end.
Poison!
And we get to sample it.
Oh.
The problem with eggnog, with biscotti, before you've cooked it the second time, it's soft, and it is the driest cookie in the
It
world.
really is. Where'd my water go?
You have to have a drink.
I don't know how it could be so soft and dry at the same time.
It's soft and moist, and then it falls apart in your mouth. Oh, Dan's watching, so save me a bite. Don't worry, we've got 3 more ends to cut off. It makes your mouth stupid dry.
That was fun. Sorry, Dan, I forgot I was supposed to get pizza, and they made me start talking hair. You know what happens.
Mm-hmm. You get Terry talking hair, and that's it. You lost her.
I can't help myself.
So, super easy. I usually cut it into, I'm horrible with measurement, maybe half an inch.
I'd co-sign that.
These are really long biscottis. I made this one really wide. Too bad Dan didn't leave us with a side cam.
Right? Another funny story, Crystal gave me my first mohawk.
They did.
And then when I dyed my hair hot pink, we were going to clone me. You remember that?
I remember the year you had hot pink hair at Warped Tour, and we were like, it's going to be so easy to find you, and somehow that was the year everybody had hot pink hair.
It was supposed to be blood red, but I did the stupid thing where I bleached it too light, and what does white and pink do? I mean, white and red? That's what happened. I cried. I was upset.
All right, so then you take your cut pieces of biscotti, and you just lay them on the tray just like this. I feel like I'm going to be a bit disappointed that there's not any nuts in this. That is one of my favorite parts about Aunt Terry's biscotti is that it's got the bits of, we do the slivered almonds and then mash them like into pieces a little bit. These are big biscotti.
Dan said turn it on. What am I turning on?
I don't
Is
know
he
what you're
talking to
talking
us?
about.
I don't know. He said turn it on.
Who else would he be talking to? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, the side cam?
Oh, is it? No. Go to the computer.
Yes.
Hold on, guys. Let me teach Terry how to do the thing. Okay. Do you see where it says Elgato and there's a blue bar across it?
Elgato, yes.
Right above it, it says Brio.
Uh-huh.
Hit the eyeball that has the slash across it and make that slash go away.
Where's my mouse?
Oh, it's over
I
here.
found it. I found it. Here we go. Hit the slash and make the slash go away.
Oh, look at you go. Oh, it's sideways, Dan. Dan.
Damn it.
I don't think it's the camera. I think it's how it's framed on there.
Well, what do I do to fix that?
I don't know. Go to the next scene. Where it says scenes. Yeah, go to 2cam. Look at you now. You know how to internet. You know how to YouTube.
I did a happy dance for everyone who couldn't see me right now. I showed
Nobody can see you right now, Terry, except for me. You're behind the camera. Literally, physically behind it.
It wasn't the gritty though, yo. I didn't score a touchdown. I don't gritty unless I score a touchdown.
Pizza for the oven. No, he's getting real expensive pizza.
I think he got it with points, and he wouldn't let me chip in. FYI.
Sounds about Dan.
I got a tip today, so you know. I've been saving all my tips. I got like 23 on it.
Nice.
If I just pull the cash out of my purse and I shove it in there. It doesn't happen often, though.
All right, so this is a game of
You're welcome,
Tetris
Sally.
where you try to fit all of these on here because cut biscotti takes way more space than uncut biscotti.
Well, I'm glad we got side cam because Mooch makes a better wall than a window.
Yeah. Could you add nuts to the recipe you are using? Absolutely. But Gina, the first time I try a new recipe, I like to try it exactly the way it is and then decide what I need to do to make it better. Because if it screws up, I don't want to be at fault. I don't want to be the one that screwed it up because I changed up what the recipe was to begin with. So, look, Aunt Terry's almond biscotti is the jam. Nothing is ever going to beat that, but you know, sometimes I like to try different flavors. We'll see. It's holiday time. We're doing eggnog flavored.
I like that it's not overpowering, so it's not just like, oh, I ate eggnog in this form. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a super strong eggnog flavor.
But it's enough.
But it is gonna get an eggnog glaze on the top of it.
Yeah.
Oh, do you need a drink? Hold on, Mooch is demanding.
Hold on, here I come. How can I help?
No, he's coming through, you can't.
Oh.
He's doing it on his terms. There's a fountain right next to you. I've seen you drink out of it. I don't know why you insist on drinking out of the sink.
The camera's on.
Everybody has to see me being special. Dan is out of a job now. Yep. Terry's hired.
I learn fast, and I'm willing to learn. I just don't, you know, tech ain't my jam, which is really funny because my dad was in telecommunications my entire life. Don't hand me the remote control.
You've mastered the Apple TV remote control, but it's got like
It's
six
got
buttons.
like 6 buttons.
It's the easiest remote
Yeah.
control in the world that ever existed.
At work, it's part of my job to mess with the TVs if they need me to, and they hand me 3 remotes. What am I supposed to do? I'm like, nope. I'm not passing this one. I'll make it worse.
Dan, you better hurry because the soft little bits I cut off are getting cold. Alright, so same thing. We're just going to lay this one out. Mooch likes unfiltered water. Hey, bro, you're flinging water everywhere.
Right. It's cool, Mooch. I drank from the hose, too. Melanie says she loves Ted. Oh, yeah, I love Ted.
Samesies. Getting off of the sill pad a little bit. So as you're cooking it, I want to say it's the bottom part is the one that gets toastier. I can never remember, but I think it's the bottom because you're going to look at it and think, oh, it's not toasty enough. That's not the case, I assure you. And like I said, we're going to cook it and then flip it and cook it again. So it says 10 minutes. I don't ever do 10. I usually do 7, and then I look at how it is feeling out on the second side, and it's like 5 to 7. Hearing Mooch drinking. AJ is wide awake telling Chris a story while Chris is completely passed out on AJ's bed. I crack up every time you tell me that because that was exactly what would happen with Blake if Dan would go in there and Dan would fall asleep in his bed every night. And Blake would just be in there, I can't sleep. I'm like, really? Because your dad's not having a problem. Alright, so we're going 7 minutes to start. How much water can one cat drink? All of it. I miss Tetris Blitz on iOS. Is it not there anymore? I haven't played that in a while. I miss Dr. Mario. Ah, Doris, hello, friend. What else is going on? Drea says water hose water is the best water. Can't do it. Nope.
No, better than water hose water. Here I go.
Uh-oh. Terry's got a better recommendation for you.
Better than water hose water is winter car water. Bottle of water in the car in the winter.
Can't do it.
That's the best.
Can't do it.
That's the best.
F Vance says, my friend's having trouble getting in. Does he have to subscribe to watch a live stream? No, not at all. I mean, it'd be much better if he did. But no, you shouldn't have to subscribe to... you might have to subscribe to comment. I don't know if he has that setting on, because sometimes we have that setting when we do, like, Pictionary or something where it's going really fast to try to keep the spammers out. But no. Does Dan fall asleep if he stops moving? Absolutely. If he's horizontal and unstimulated. That is my saying for it. The minute he lays down and there's not some sort of active stimulation happening, like, I can't even say talking to him because he falls asleep he will ask me a question and halfway through me answering it, and not even because I'm talking so much, but halfway through answering it, he'll fall asleep.
Literally, if it's 3 words, a word and a half. I watched it happen the other night on the couch.
Oh my God.
His eyeballs, Dan's eyeballs, did the thing all in his head. He was falling asleep, and I was looking at him talking.
He falls asleep so
We were trying to convince him to go to bed.
And he fell asleep while trying to convince us he didn't need to go to bed.
I'm tired.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like an Energizer bunny. When his battery runs out, he just stops. Absolutely. It's go, 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 done. Every time. Chat needs to be subscribed for 5 minutes. He changed it. Yeah, you can't chat until you've been a subscriber for 5 minutes. But you should be able to watch. What did Brittany? Oh yeah, if he's trying to get into the chat, then that's the problem. Yeah, he will have to subscribe for that. PJ says that happened at the Pet Expo. Yes, it happens all the time. Also, Dan's holy crap, I need to eat meter is very like, I'm Dan, and like get a cheeseburger in the man or he's gonna fall asleep and die. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, he probably thinks I'm a jerk because I'm constantly offering him a bite of something, but that's because I never know when the last time he ate was.
Yes.
And he will not eat because he's got one more thing to do,
And people have learned when he goes to the expos and whatnot, like people bring him snacks and stuff, and people will just show up with food for him.
You're my people.
He does not think about eating.
No, and
he does not think about sleeping, so he just crashes.
He crashes so hard, and it's terrible. Like I am the opposite. I can go, like.
I will push myself. Like, it's 2 a.m. and I gotta get this done. Let's go for another 2 hours. Let's go. Not Dan. Dan's just like, this is the greatest thing ever. Oh, I'm off. Done. PJ says Dan crashed at the start of the first day, slept a bit, then came right back. That's the other thing.
And that's low-key my fault a little bit too, because I went on a trip and came back and caught a cold where I was at and brought it home. And then I got Dan sick right before he went on his trip, and then I'm sorry I got all of you sick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the other thing about Dan, though, is he sleeps, and then when he wakes up, it's boom, awake. Not me. When I wake up, the first word out of my mouth is usually the F word. I'm not very happy about it. Ideally, if I could do like an hour in bed before I actually have to get up, like that waking up process would be the best thing.
I hate the transition.
Not Dan. He's just boom, awake, grabs his phone, starts answering emails and working on things, and then gets up and goes to the computer. I can't do it. Look. I wake up at like 6, the first alarm is at 6:40. I'm out of bed by 6:57. That's my like, you gotta get out of bed now. I'm at work, between 8 and 8:05. I'm not really awake until like 8:30 or 9. Please don't talk to me. I don't want to deal with people. Dan will put anything food in his mouth, I swear. Oh, absolutely. Like, you can, we made a charcuterie board for Thanksgiving, and my mom tried, I think it was a turkey roll log thing. And she didn't like it. And I said, just go walk up to Dan and hold it in front of his mouth and he'll eat it. And sure enough, like Dan was doing stuff with his hand and she just comes off to the side with some food and he just ate it. Did not even think about it.
I made it back and they took too long to bring it to us. So we get a free pizza.
High five!
Yeah. Free pizza.
Okay, high five.
7 day.
High 3.
4.5.
4.5.
That one's yours. Brittany says, I grumble when I awake and stay in bed till I need to pee if it's a day off. Absolutely. That is what gets me out of bed. When I have to pee and I'm like, damn it, I gotta get up and pee. And then Dan hears me get up and pee and he's like, you're awake, let's play. He's like having a puppy. No joke. Dan is like having a puppy. That heard that you were awake. You're trying to lay in bed so quietly so your puppy does not hear you and need to be played with or walked or something.
Because I've been up for 4 hours. I always peek in to see if I can see a little glow coming from your phone or not.
He does. Melanie wants to know if I like Pokemans. No, not my jam. Dan, Pokemon Goat. Excuse me, sir. There's a piece of salad in my pizza.
You getting 2 free pizzas, dog? Oh!
That's like, is it cooked into my pizza?
Probably some basil, but...
It was a green pepper.
Green pepper?
Ew.
I did bring you something else.
Because you love me? Yeah. The best sauce ever.
Here you go, Dano.
I'm ready.
Look, I have to eat at least one piece. Who cut this? Like, this piece...
A 20-year-old boy.
This piece goes like this.
It was,
like, to here.
Same
this one doesn't have a point.
It's from Chuck E. Cheese.
It's not even all the way cut. Like, I got a whole pizza.
Should we call Shane Dawson?
No, I can tell this was a whole pizza. Look,
Also,
there's no cut through on the back.
you should have seen the stoner that brought it to my car.
Oh, for sure.
You order pizza?
Good thing I have a pizza cutter. Damn, we saved you the butts of the biscotti.
I like biscotti butts and I can't not lie.
So, question: do I cut it on the previous cut lines or do I cut it correctly?
You got it wherever you want, friend. That's your pizza now.
Uh-huh.
Where do you want me to set this
That's-
so it's not in your
There.
way?
It fits in the microwave.
Oh, perfect. That's even better.
Folded in half. Boom, a calzone. Brittany, I like the way you think. The best part about being a vegetarian is like there's always a cheese pizza. Like, oh, they're eating that. Nobody wants the cheese pizza till that's all gone. Oh, damn it! Hold on. What kind did Dan get? It's got everything on it. No, that can stay.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you need
No, I
space?
just need to flip these.
Gotcha. Dan, I computered while you were gone.
I saw that. Good job.
Thanks. I had a great teacher.
I am gonna go a couple more minutes because it's not even a little bit crispy yet. Oh no, because I always think that it's not crispy enough and then I burn it and I can always flip it back over. Alright, you guys can't see it. All I'm doing is taking those pieces that I laid out and flipping every one of them over to the other side. Oh. Can you smell the nog tonight?
I can smell the nog tonight. Tabasco sauce and pizza.
Oh, I went for the Valentina.
Did you go for the Valentina?
Yeah. Because, like, if Terry does anything, it's a 40 of whatever. That's lies, though. I really don't.
You want to be Valentina 40 hands?
No, I like Valentina hot sauce, though. This is my favorite. Thanks for finding this.
Alright, when I put this back in the oven, I'm also going to rotate it just for sake of making sure things are cooking evenly. Some of them are, I guess the ones just at the end are a little more crispy. See there, oh, can you, scene two! It's browning up a little bit here, so we're gonna stick it back in on the other side. That was what was the bottom side, that's now the top side. And we're gonna go 7 more minutes. Do you guys have a restaurant called Shut Up and Eat? No. Is that a thing? For realies?
What kind of food do they serve, and is it good? I don't want nobody pissing me off.
Dan, did you talk about what you got on your pizza?
Everything.
Literally?
Yeah. Well, like, you know, it was an extravaganza pizza.
What does that mean?
It's like saprini. I don't know. It's got all the stuff, the green sticks and the black O's and the mushrooms.
The black O's.
Yeah, all good.
Can you send pizza via the internet?
I know, I'd send it-
I mean, like, I can't send you this pizza, but, like, you can order pizza online for somebody else, but we just spent too much on pizza. If you guys haven't had the Domino's garlic sauce, this stuff's amazing. It's like a garlic butter. It makes your crust so much better. This one's, like, half empty, though.
Yeah, that's shrinkflation.
I could tell when I picked it up it felt lighter.
Did it?
Like, I know the weight of the garlic sauce, and it was lighter.
Are they using less garlic in the sauce so you can tell?
They're using less sauce.
I don't know who I'm waving
Don't
at.
wipe your greasy pizza fingers on here. Get a napkin.
Well, also, I didn't I asked Gina a question and then I ran away.
What was the question?
I asked her if, like, that was you from PetCon. We don't have that many Ginas, right?
There's 2 Ginas here right now.
Yeah?
One is my cousin Gina from the family reunion. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Excuse you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got my plate.
That's exactly what I needed. Food. Hot fuel. Hot fuel after my delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwich that I had today for lunch.
I made that for you.
It was really good. Check the poll. We have 53% that say Dexter over Baxter.
Okay, are we leaning Dexter?
According to this this poll.
Brianna said, I like Papa John's better than Domino's. We used to do Papa John's all the time. We were just talking about this with Blake the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And then repeatedly we would get really overly, disgustingly greasy pizza. And couldn't do it anymore. So that was around the time that Domino's changed their crust and started seasoning it. And it was really good.
It's cheap. This was under $20.
Malice Wicked Adventure says, Baxter is my dog's name.
Well, that would be weird.
We just talked about how we weren't going to name our pets after other people's pets. We were debating. Gina Semino says, the other Gina says yes.
Yes.
She wants to know, the other Gina wants to know what you did with the rest of the birthday cookie.
I had it. I tried to give some to the dogs. I have that video I was just looking at. Also, you were in... That's all. You're not tapping out yet, are you?
No, but well, for a minute.
You'll be in tomorrow's video on the dogs channel. You should watch it.
Yay. You can't walk away when I have a mouthful of food.
I was going for biscotti butts.
He was going for biscotti butts.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer says the mom could be Harper. That was on my short list in my head.
I like
You
Harper.
guys stay out of my head.
I like
Harper.
Dexter.
Harper is the name of
Is it
Neil
gonna be?
Patrick Harris's daughter. And
Is-
that actually did cross my mind as a name, and I was like, it's Neil Patrick Harris's daughter, though.
Is the name gonna be an name?
I don't know. That might be weird if they all had names ending in ER, huh? But you never call the cats by their names, they always get nicknames.
Yeah. Like, they're probably forever gonna be mama, little boy, and little girl.
Right? Although the little boy's not so little anymore.
He's really not.
How many pizzas? We got 2. 1 cheese and 1 all the crap that they eat on pizza. Vegetarian or not, I like cheese pizza. Like just a nice plain cheese pizza, well done. This is not the best, but you know, a good cheese pizza is where it's at. Marco wants to know where you got that shirt. He says it's pretty cool.
Did I move that camera thing? Oh,
He left. Apparently he doesn't care to answer you.
Look at the size of this thing.
I got it from the bike shop when I went to the bike shop.
Is that the boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's almost as big as his mom, and he like pushes her around so he can still nurse on her. He's really tolerant.
He really is. He's snuggly too, and he seeks out attention, and he wants to lay next to you because you're warm. He got a nice round belly.
Danielle says, watching this makes me hungry. Yep, welcome to our streams where we eat things and make you hungry. We used to do a cooking dinner stream, and I think that just destroyed people.
Or Dan's trying food stream. Poor guy. It destroyed his waistline. It's a good idea.
It wasn't dirty.
Yeah.
Gina suggesting Calliope for Mama.
Calliope.
Calliope?
Yeah.
Too many syllables.
What did you say, Kristen? Calliope?
Calliope? I don't know.
Yeah. It's a,
Calliope?
I only know that was a character, and she was a Calliope in a show that I used to watch as a child. And it was my favorite.
Jennifer says the little girl could be Sadie. That was suggested. I had a dog named Sadie. So that's a dog's name to me. Wilton says, I'm not hungry because we just ate homemade waffles for no reason. You never need a reason to eat homemade waffles.
Pancakes at midnight. Pancakes at midnight.
Yes, Gina, the kittens do have amazing markings. They're really beautiful. Gina says, thank you, Terry. And you could shorten it to Callie. Went to school with a Callie, didn't like her. Look, I got a reason to veto every name. We're going to have these animals for like a dozen years at least. And Nancy says, Days of Our Lives had a Calliope? That just doesn't look like that's how it should be pronounced to me.
What's up, Mama Cat?
I believe you guys, but it doesn't look right. I can't name the cat Marie. That's Marco's wife's name.
This is too close. Too close.
I'll take a Dan who wants to be named Dan.
I heard on the internet there was a cat named Dan.
Yeah, see? Come here, Mama Cat. We're buddies, by the way.
I was reading a thread on Reddit where somebody had a weird cat name and they said, "What's your cat's weird name?" And the top answer, like,
Was Crystal?
I get into the thread after it's gone for hours and it's sorted by, top voted answer. And the top one is, my cat's name is Teddy Spaghetti. Mind you, it's a unique name thread. People want your unique names, followed by 2 other people saying, my cat's name is Teddy Spaghetti. Clearly not unique. The second voted comment, my cat's name is Dan. Again, not unique.
I love it.
I was
I
very
love it.
amused.
I'm in.
They just
Okay.
keep smelling better and better, guys.
We're gonna go a little bit longer
Ooh, it
because they're
looks-
not quite as
It looks so
crispy
good.
as I want.
It
and
looks
I still have a couple bites.
biscotti.
It is biscotti.
Uh-huh. Hi, everybody. There's a lot of people here tonight. Happy Friday night. Also, if you just got here, we have a card exchange.
Oh, hang on. Brady said one of her cats is named Marie. Marco says, Marie from Aristocats. Is that what your wife is named after? Did you change your name because you like Aristocats?
She's that young.
Wilton says you could name her Princess Pickles. That's what my nephew named his kitten.
I think of
I
Pickles the
veto
Devil
that
Dog.
because
Yeah, me too.
Little
the
girl.
elf on the shelf at Jason's house is named Ernie Pickle Pants. There's one more.
Lucifer from Spinderella.
Shannon says Joey named our kitten Soap after a Call of Duty character, but we call her Chaos and Speed. Probably more apt.
Someone wants to know where we got our cats' names from. Can we run down the list?
Yes, hold on. Gina Semino says, would it totally confuse things if I edit my name to Gina C? No, because now I know it's you. So if I see Gina C, then I will know that that's my kin. I'll know. Okay, so the cats' names. Mooch, when he came here, he was a little, 4-week-old kitten, and he ate everything, savagely. So he, mooched all of our food, so he became Mooch. Kumiko, we got to be a companion for Mooch, because I had an old man cat, Mooch's age. He was, 15. And he hated Mooch, because Mooch had all this energy, and I'm like, we need to get Mooch a kitten. Kumiko means companion child in Japanese, so that's what we named her. Kitty, we ran out of names. I could not think of a name for her, so we just called her the kitten, the kitten, the kitten, the kitten, and then it became Kitty, and now she's just been Kitty forever. Rizzo, we found under the cars,
I love this.
and she was all dirty and greasy, and I'm like, we have to give her a name from Grease. So the two main characters in Grease are Danny and Sandy. I have a Dan, my brother's married to Sandy. We couldn't do Danny or Sandy, so we had to go one level deeper, and we went Rizzo. Topo, Dan and you guys wanted to call him Mouse because he was this scrawny little thing. I was not doing Mouse. Topo means mouse in Italian, so we went with Topo.
Who's huge, by the way. Oh my gosh.
He is the opposite of a mouse.
He's huge. Here's what he was. I'll show you a picture of Topo just, we'll call it moments ago.
And then Precious, we adopted, is it moments ago?
It was within.
He's hanging. Oh, you can't. It's kind of bright, but he's just hanging off the couch.
So I'm going to leave these on the pan for a minute to cool, but the pan is still hot, so I'm flipping them over because they're extra crispy on the side that I left them in for 2 minutes longer than 7 minutes.
Oh, look! There's all kinds of stuff on my. There's all kinds of stuff on my phone.
So the last one, Precious, we adopted with that name. My mom had named him, and it just works, and he's pretty damn precious.
Kittens are
Jennifer said, I asked because maybe there's a theme and you could stick with the same theme. No theme. Completely random. We didn't plan it out at all.
Yeah, time's running out. That's the theme. Time's running out! Ooh, that biscotti looks good. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to push it in a bunch of tea.
Brittany's right. Adam Driver Kitty.
Yeah, he was Adam Mouse Driver was his.
He just looked like Adam Driver.
He had that big Adam Driver nose.
Yeah, so that's why he was Adam Mouse Driver. But then he grew into a topo, and that's a good. Well, now he grew into a bowling pin.
He is shaped like a bowling pin.
Yeah.
Shall we see him? Let me carry him nicely.
Danielle
Says
says,
no.
how was your pizza? Adequate. Nothing to write home about. It
Fuel-
was adequate.
Fuel in the tank. Now on to the next thing.
Yeah, but
Whoa.
don't
Do you like the cat?
Stop! Don't mess with my pizza plate.
Is that
Crystal,
for?
grab your rolling pin.
Is that? Yeah, you should beat some cats into him.
No, just one whack, you said.
Hannah says, Griffin's named Gippy, and I don't know why.
I kind of like Gippy.
Look,
That's
things
fun.
just evolve. Rizzo, we call Rizzo Riztastic, and I'm not sure why or how that.
Rizzy a lot for Rizzo.
She gets Rizzy or Riztastic. Topo gets Topey, Topes, Dopes, Dopey.
A Dopo a lot.
Every once in a while, I'll throw in a
Dopo.
Topolino, which
I like
is
Topolino.
if you learned that from Dantix, that's what they call Mickey Mouse in Italy.
Sometimes he's Chopo when he won't leave the cats alone.
Yeah.
that's true too.
Mooches, Mooch, Moochie, Moo.
He's Smooch when he's his alter
Smooch
ego.
is his alter ego,
When he
his
goes really
more
crazy.
evil alter ego.
Yeah, that's
Muchissimo. What
Precious
else?
is pressures a lot for some reason.
Pressy, I call him Pressy.
I call him
Yeah.
Freshy too.
Yeah.
And the
Dan
little-
suddenly has cat-shaped bruises next show.
The little ones are like, I don't know, the little girl I call little Scrapper a lot. Otherwise, it's Raptor 1, Raptor 2.
Hi!
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, time to go to the litter box!
Yeah, just woke up.
Woke up and ran to the litter box.
I had a few snack bites.
Can we get him riled up, or is it time to work again?
Brittany says, I had cats named Simba, Nala, and Kiara. My brother had a Simba, who he just lost. He just passed over the Rainbow Bridge a couple weeks ago. My mom has a Nala, who is 19, that I think my brother named as well. Never had a Kiara. Nancy suggesting Nova, Retro, Asta, Molson, not naming it after a beer. Fanny, no.
I like Fanny.
Tassie or Cinder.
There's too much Fannies in the house already.
My dog is Reese, but I call him Pocahontas. Odd, I know. I mean, it just happened. Like, one weird thing will happen, and you'll call your cat a thing, and like, oh, that's their nickname. Kumiko has always been Kumiko, but the last couple of years, it's just been shortened to Miko. But like, that wasn't a thing we always did. Just recently, it became Miko.
I like that cat.
Austin Brown from the music group Home Free named his cat Dog.
I love it.
Marco suggesting Lenny and Squiggy. No.
Yes.
Scott says Dan wants a cat named after him, so Danielle for the baby girl. No. There's reasons. There's been too many Danielles I have not liked in my life who went after my boyfriends. Let's just put it like that. Gina suggesting Grisabella. I'm not 100% opposed to that. It's a lot of syllables. My Mustang is actually named Griselda, so I kind of like the Grisabella. We have to try the names on. That's the thing. We've been working through it. We come up with names and we kind of try to, does that work? We're going to call it. So Mama Cat is Danielle because she wants to steal my man. Joan says, did you get a baby kitten? Joan, did you miss it? We found about 6 weeks ago a mama cat over here. Can you show Mama Cat? She's by the stove. And her two little babies. There's one of them. That's the little boy. There's a little girl somewhere, too.
I didn't see her come out of the litter box yet.
I think it was the boy that went in the litter box. They're identical, the boy and the girl. They have small differences, but you gotta kind of look at them either next to each other, the boy's much bigger, or he has finer lines on the side, and hers are like more like blown out, I guess. I don't know.
I like Tristan's name.
What'd she say? We had a cat named Beanbag because she always slept in and hung out at my sister's. That works.
Here comes
Totally
the cat.
works. Amanda, whose dog's name is Sadie, says Sadie is Sadie, Lady Satyr, Satyr Gator, Gator, seldomly Fuzz Bucket. We had a cat before Sadie that we called Fuzz Bucket, so Sadie is not called that much. Yeah, everything just kind of evolves. Marco says, due to the times, you need to name them gender appropriately. I kind of like gender neutral names. I like names that don't imply a gender necessarily. So there's the whole family. That's the mama and her two babies. That's the boy by the stove, and that's the girl next to mama. Her black is darker and thicker, and the lines on the side of her head are a little fatter and not so fine. And she's much tinier. And she's kind of derpy. Her eyes are like her mom's, where like they're not quite crossed, they're just not always looking in the same direction at the same time.
The little boy's a snuggler.
He is. He's much more snuggly. He hops up on the couch with us. Brittany says Duchess for Mama Cat. Our friend Holly has a cat named Duchess. The name from the Aristocats' mom. 6 weeks? Really? I can't believe it's been that long already, right? We did the math. Dan said 6 weeks Wednesday night when we were streaming, and I'm like, no, it hasn't been that long, and I pulled up the calendar. Yeah, it's been that long. It's been, I think it was like 6 weeks and a day or something like that on Wednesday. Or just short of.
They're great, though. Like, they're...
Yeah, so they're 4 months old now, because they were about 10 weeks. So yeah, they're about 16 weeks. Mama's about a year old. Yeah, Pinky and the brain. I don't know that either of them is the brain, though, is the problem. They're not the smartest.
Yeah, apples didn't fall far from the tree, did they?
No, there was definitely some inbreeding in Mama's family tree. She's not the brightest. All right, let's bring the biscotti.
Oh, are you in the oven still?
No.
Okay, I saw Dan put a camera on the floor and I just got triggered. He Pavlov dogged me.
We could probably shut this off. I don't think anything else is going in tonight. All right. Dan took away side cam, but here is biscotti. Do they share the orange cat brain cell? I don't think they're allowed.
They're actually not too bad. They're pretty fun, but they're young still, so
the
we don't know.
kittens aren't as bad. Mama's kind of...
Mom's okay, though. She's
a little slow. She's learning. She's still a baby herself. That's the thing. They're all just young, so they'll learn. Can you see on the camera how much bigger the boy is? He's a little chunker. Can we get a shot of some biscotti? As much as we love cats. So this is the side...
Look, a food flyover.
It's been a minute. You can't tell as much on this camera because it's all like washed out, but this is the side that cooked for 9 minutes down, and then this side was only 7 minutes. So you can see what a difference. Let me see. Let me go over here. I think this camera shows better.
When you peek on the other side, just click the screen on the food, and then it'll...
There we go. Okay, that's the side that cooked for 9 minutes. This side was down. This was 7 minutes. So it definitely makes a difference. It does say 10 minutes each side. If you like them crispier... Stop it. Really? No one wants to see your low nipples. If you like it crispier and browner, by all means, do the 10 minutes. I like it more like this. But the whole thing was not quite crispy enough, so I went a little bit longer on that. Tristan says, men always be resting their eyes. Mm-hmm. I think there was some Amanda and Chris conversation about that before. They're feeding them cats some bread. No, we're not feeding the cats bread. This is a baking show. We are baking biscotti. We're actually done baking biscotti, but I made biscotti from scratch and I showed everybody how to make it. And we also have cats. We're not feeding them the biscotti.
What is our next thingy deal? Camera-wise, I was just curious.
You could put it in your mouth.
But,
Not the camera, the
Dan,
biscotti.
But you're not putting the drizzle on it?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Look, I was thinking about pizza is what happened.
It happens.
Okay, so what are we doing? Mix together. Okay. I forgot. Dan reminded me this does have a glaze on it, so let's make the glaze up real quick. But I need pizza.
I don't mind hanging out for him.
Whoa, what are you doing over there?
Nothing?
What's going on? You did that with the donuts.
What?
What happened?
I was just back there clearing my throat and stuff. Dan, what is our poll at?
52% Baxter, 48% Dexter, but I didn't give him any...
I think that's backwards because at the top it says 52 Dexter.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
The complete opposite. Where can we find your P.O. box? Down in the description, friend.
Yes. Yeah. It's like right there. I brought it back up to the top with the little description of the post for the card exchange.
Yes. It should always be in the description of every video. You can also go to the RFS Family Facebook group or on the community tab here on YouTube. There are posts about the holiday card exchange. You can find the address there. Send stuff to our P.O. box. We will send you back a recipe card. Can you pop that up on the screen, Dan? I don't know where you have it set up to go. There you go. If you send us a holiday card... Whoa! You're such a dork. If you send us a holiday card, we will send you back a postcard with this here pumpkin roll recipe on it. Or if you would prefer my chocolate chip cookie recipe and did not get that last year, I will send that to you instead. Gina Samino, thank you so much. Cousin, are we cousins? I don't know what relation we are. We're in the same family tree. I know that. I think you're my mom's cousin. What does that make you to me? I don't know. But thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the support,
Thank you.
cuz.
Oh my gosh.
Huh.
Crystal Mondo. Megan says, just colored my hair and I need an opinion on it.
Well, I have to see it.
Send it to us. We'll show it on the screen and we'll opinion it.
Or if you don't want everybody to see it, you can just...
You asked for an opinion, you have to...
But does she want our opinion, or does she want the opinion of 94 people plus the 3 of us? That's a different
I heard
ask.
hair and I came running.
Yeah, I don't know if that... Yeah.
Speaking about hair, I'm on my way.
Okay, so we're gonna do a cup of powdered sugar. 1 2 3 4 I have to use the quarter cup because it's the only one that fits inside here. Drea says, is there a due date to send the Christmas card? We're not real strict about it, but like, could you try to mail it in December? Because if I get one in February, Don't expect me to respond quickly. That's really
Those
awful.
are lies. We would do it for you, Dre, of course.
We did.
We love you, girl. You're our
My
friend.
face. We did last year. We ended up getting sick. I think the last 2
Of
years.
your guys'
Shut it. We ended up getting sick the last 2 years, so things were going out in January because we didn't want to send stuff out while we were sick.
We got it this year. We're on top of it. But anytime you send us anything, you'll get something. Especially you, Dre. You'll get something back.
Gina G says, first cousins once removed. Gina Semino says, my dad and your mom are first cousins. That makes us, related. I'm with you. Look, Aunt Terry did that whole, I have it somewhere, the spreadsheet where I always thought my cousin April was my second cousin because her dad's my cousin, but apparently she's like first cousin once removed, so maybe that's what you are to me. We're related. What's up, cuz? I don't know.
Do any of the cats talk to you? Yes. Topo will talk to us. Mooch will talk to us.
Topo talks to me especially. If I'm by the door and coming in and out of the house, he will talk to me. Mooch yells at everybody all the time.
Mama cat talks. Mama cat's a
bit of a
talker. She'll talk to me.
Little baby boy, when you wake him up, he like whimpers. He's like.
I passed by and he did once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super cute.
He's a little soft. He's a little softy.
I don't think I have any more clean teaspoons.
Oh no.
Sometimes Kamiko growls.
That's right.
Kamiko talks when she's mad.
Yeah.
Excuse me, use an opposable thumb that I like so much.
Kamiko definitely will talk to us.
Kitty like squawks. Like it almost sounds like a bark. Like
But
when
it's-
you're petting her and she's really into it.
But it's not for communication.
It's like excitement.
Yeah, the number one communicator is Kumiko. She will stand at the door, meow a bunch until you let her out, or when she wants something.
And Mooch.
Mooch definitely doesn't talk for no reason. If he's talking, he wants something.
Yes.
Rizzo doesn't say anything except for when she jumps to high places, she squeaks, or when she pukes, she makes this cutest little like gizmo noise.
The consensus seems to be first cousin once removed. Except Uncle Yukon says aunt once removed. She's not my aunt for sure. Because my mom and her dad are cousins, so she's not my aunt. Look, family tree stuff's really confusing. Alright, so I've got a cup of powdered sugar. I'm going to add, I didn't even need a teaspoon, I needed half a teaspoon of the extract. If you're using actual rum, you're going to use more of that.
When you're
Then
done
extract.
with this little bit here, Megan sent a picture right here to the group chat, or to the page.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Alright, so half a teaspoon of the really good vanilla extract. And 2 to 3 tablespoons of eggnog. Always err on the side of not as much. Otherwise, you end up with a mountain of frosting. What are you guys making at this time of night? We are just, excuse me, we are just finishing up with Eggnog Biscotti. I am making an eggnog glaze to go on top of it with some powdered sugar, vanilla extract, and eggnog. The biscotti is cooked and crunchy and ready to be eaten, but it needs some fanciness. Has Kumanko come to visit lately? I don't know if I've seen. They're always like out there. I left after lunch today and drove around where I could see in the backyard, and Popeye's just laying in the middle of the grass, like just laying down.
That's his yard.
Yep, hanging out. What else is going on? Linda says it's 4:25 a.m. Saturday the 3rd in UK, so it's officially my 49th birthday, and I'm ill. Boo. Aw. Happy birthday. Thanks for spending 4:25 a.m. on your 49th birthday with us. I appreciate that. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Dan!
What's up?
It's Linda's birthday.
Hi, Linda. Happy birthday. Hey, Linda, did you ever watch those movies that I put on that thumb drive for you? Happy birthday.
Watch the movies, Dan.
Watch the movies, and thank you for being around for a long time.
Yeah, you have. You're an
Yes.
awesome part of the RFS fam.
Yeah, you could be sleeping now because it's like sleeping hours for
the
you.
middle of
And
the
you're here,
night.
so thank you for that.
And she's sick.
Oh, sick of our stuff.
So the eggnog is thicker than when you use milk to make a glaze or frosting, so
Okay.
it definitely needs a little bit more than if you were just using milk. But now I think I've added too much.
Your streaming etiquette's weird. Like you stopped reading the chat and it's still going on, but it's paused up here.
Because I came back up here because I wanted to read this and answer that question, and I already answered that question.
You don't have chat envy, like.
No, I'll get to it. It's paused basically. If I roll up, it's paused.
But while you're baking, like it's still paused, and then like anything could be happening right now.
Anything. I'll get to it. It'll still be. Here's the thing. It's my show, so once I go down there and read it, I can just say it. Like, oh, look, happy birthday, Linda. Now people will say happy birthday. Like, I just make it a thing again. However I want to do it. Melanie says, did you see your ancestry? Yeah, my Aunt Terry, we had a family reunion. What's that magnet say? 2009? We had a family reunion, and she did, like, the whole family tree. 13, okay. Not as far back as I thought.
Well, yeah, it's coming on a decade.
Yeah. Oh, it's been a long time since we've all been together.
But see, people could be smart sass to me right now, and I can't even...
No, we'll get to it. Don't worry, I'm not going to let the sass go by.
Every sass will be sassed for.
Tristan says, my grandmother had 9 kids and 8 husbands. Okay, 9 kids is hard enough. Who the heck wants 8 husbands? I'm assuming consecutively, not concurrently, but stop after like 3 and just be done. Like, this is not for me. Is the eggnog replacing the milk? Absolutely, yes. How's Kamiko doing with being inside? She's been having short outside time supervised, and she's
I'll let her out like an hour before you come home for lunch, or like an hour or so before you get home from work, so because she'll come in with you. Or like, if I know I'm going to feed them soon, I'll let her out because she'll come back in for food. But today I was watching her out the window here, just staring at her, and she went outside. It was cold today. It didn't get out of the 50s. I think maybe 50s, 650s.
I think so, yeah.
And she went out there and she still wanted her outside airtime, like to breathe, but she was just in a loaf. She just loafed the whole time. And eventually I opened the door and didn't even peek out. I just opened the door and waited to like 10 seconds, and then she came popping in. What's up? Are you the boy or the girl?
That's the boy.
Are you the boy?
Look at the lines on the side of his head, Dan.
Also, he has a chin.
Right. He's got a chin and he's not fighting to get away.
What a good face he has.
Brittany should be sleeping. Woke up halfway through my sleep to watch. Well, thank you. I saw a BR Bug here and said, oh, poop, I slept through everything. Don't worry, you can always go back and watch it later and just pretend like we're talking directly to you. Look, I'm talking to you right now.
Hi, BR Bug.
Brittany said I had one husband and he got the boot.
I said no.
With that.
I said no.
Welton says, you know what the best smell in the world is? Nice, warm, clean kitty fur. Aww. Mooch doesn't have the same smell he used to, but I used to love Mooch's smell. But it's not as pungent as it used to be, but the top of his head always smelled so good.
This one doesn't smell like new puppy or anything, but this one smells like clean.
So we got a puppy when I was like, maybe like 8 or something. Oh, these need to go this way. I still remember that, like, gross puppy breath. I know you dog people probably love it. I cannot stand puppy breath.
I love the little...
It smells like old, soggy, dry dog food. Oh, I can't with it.
Why are you smelling old, soggy, dry dog... Wait, is it soggy or dry?
No, like dry dog food that got wet and now, like, it's been sitting for a while.
You did well. I'll put you down now.
I hate puppy breath. Yep, I knew you guys were going to be like, puppy breath is the best.
Oh, he didn't run off. No, don't attack the cord.
That's why he didn't run off.
Everything's attackable.
Watch out for my big giant biscottis. Some of them are really big, Dan.
Big Scoties?
Big Scoties.
I like big Scoties.
And you cannot lie? So, you just want to stand them up on a cooling rack, and then we're just going to drizzle the glaze over the top. I'm hoping I made it thick enough that it will dry and harden and not soak in. If not, I may need to add a little bit more powdered sugar. Yeah, look how big this is, Dan. It's almost as big as my face.
It is.
I like big Scobie.
This looks good.
Did you try the butts?
Yeah, they're gone.
All of them?
Yeah.
Dang, me and Terry shared one and you ate 3 of them.
Because it stopped me from eating more pizza, which I really want more pizza.
I really want more pizza.
But I only have 2 pieces left. So I think there's only 8, right? There's only 8 in the thing.
Yeah,
That's why I get
We
a
each
different
had 2
pizza.
pieces, so we only have a half a pizza left. What'd you say?
That's why I get my own pizza.
Right, and that's why we give you your own pizza, because we're like those 2 little kittens. We're gonna tear up that pizza. Mm-hmm. But it's like, when do I want to put my fangs into it? So.
My digestive tract will appreciate you holding me back.
Celeste says,
Well, I got that butt, so I'm good.
Celeste says, I'm a pet professional. I work with dogs, and I can't stand puppy breath either. Thank you. It's so gross. I have not had a puppy in like decades, and I still remember how gross that is to me.
That sounds like a fun job. Have you ever met like Lassie or like Benji? Or like any of the Air Buds ever come in? That'd be so cool.
Okay, I need to... This is my test piece to see how thick it is and if that's going to work. I'm going to go a little thicker.
Some people say that puppy breath smells like tuna. Some people say... Marco says puppy breath smells like Fritos or frijoles. It's brullery. Fritos. I can see it
I
now.
think
Fritos.
their toes are supposed to smell like Fritos, which, ew, stop sniffing puppy toes.
What?
Yeah, you haven't heard that like on the internet?
The kitten smelled like just kind of like neutral.
Leave that cord alone.
Dexter or Baxter or DeBaxter, depending.
We'll just call him Stir.
Crystal just gets her pizza cheese. She doesn't get it with everything but meat. She just likes cheese.
Yes.
She doesn't like vegetables. I met one of the St. Bernards that played Beethoven. No way.
Okay,
And
there
a
we
pug
go.
that played in Men in Black. No way.
Nice.
I love Beethoven so much, and Beethoven the second and Beethoven's third. I like Beethoven. I had fun. I went into the theater and saw Beethoven. I was like, man, you gonna see this in Beethoven?
You were totally a spoiled little Cartman, weren't you? Is any of Dan's family here? Would you compare him to Cartman? That's how I imagine it. So, super easy. I'm just drizzling with a fork. You could be fancier about it if you want. I think when I do the white chocolate, I spread it evenly across it with a knife. Like it's a layer of frosting. But this is more like a glaze, so we're just drizzling.
I like it. I like it.
Thanks, Dan.
I approve. Same. I love those movies. Oh, yes. Beethoven! And then they play some sort of music. Don't be the baby, how I jump a baby. You know.
What song is that?
I don't know. It's like that song they use for like every other 80s promo movie. Movie trailers used to suck back in the 80s.
They really did.
Oh my gosh, compared to now.
And I think they went on for like 3 or 4 minutes.
And no, I have not seen the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer yet, but did you watch the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special? Please let me know in the chat. We watched it. I thought it was just fine, even though it was really weird. Like, they dropped, like, 2 cuss words in it, which I didn't think was necessary. I didn't think they were well-placed enough or warranted being in that holiday special.
It took me out of it. Like, I'm not into that sort of thing, but I was here when it was on, and I was like,
Christmas.
whoa, did they just say the S word?
It's Christmas time. Right now, if I just started popping off, you'd be like, that's fine, because, like, you can do that. But, like, why did we
It's out of
do
character.
that? Where's the special? On Disney Plus.
It looks so good.
So the special itself was fun. I really enjoyed it. But what happened with Chris Pratt? Was he getting paid per word and he just did it? Did we just realize he's a bad actor when he's not talking? Because it felt uncomfortable to see him stand there and not be Chris Pratt for a while. It was really weird, but I super enjoyed it. I mean, who knew Batista would bring smiles to our face?
Oh, Drax is funny.
Yeah. So it was good. And Mantis is great. It was good. I super liked it. I don't understand who it was aimed to, because it was like your 5-year-old and your like, your uncle. But it was enjoyable, and it wasn't a cartoon. They like actually put their stuff on, except for Chris Pratt was being funky. It's better than the Star Wars Xmas special. It's different than the Star Wars Xmas special. You're too young for that. You only could hear about that, Brittany. We lived the Star Wars.
She was asking you if it was better.
Oh, was it? I'm all like coming down on her. It's not comparable to the Star Wars Christmas special. If you're talking about the one from like when I was a kid.
They're being so cute right now, and the camera's aiming the wrong way. Look, you've seen me ice the things. Watch the cats.
I hate Chris Pratt. Such a bad actor. No offense. Totally agree, because he's a comedian. Sorry, he's a comedian. So like, I get it. He's not. I like him as Star-Lord. That he was good time. Also, we're maybe holding Megan hostage because she can't go to bed until we critique her photo.
Oh yeah, can you do something?
It's I could direct you to your phone where you'll find it in the thing. Wow, for someone who wasn't the most stoked about pizza, you're like half pizza now. I said Blake was.
You said that you got a free pizza.
Yes. Okay. So like they have 2 minutes to bring it out to your car when you get there, and it says it's ready, and I hit go, and after the 2 minutes, it explodes and it sends you a free coupon code for a free, I think, large pizza for the next 7 days. So remember last time that happened too? I just put the code in, it was free, and I think I upgraded our pizza to like extravaganza for like $3, and then I just went and picked it up, and then we had free pizza. So we're gonna be doing that because it keeps it'll message me to tell me. So that happened today.
I was gonna say I think it's the same as Terry's hair color, but Terry's hair is darker and more purpley, and yours I think started lighter.
It's so crazy how some people can pull off short hair and some can't, and you can
Can you
pull
take
off.
that over there?
Can we show it? Of course we can,
She
right?
posted it in the group and I approved
To
it.
this-
Oh, okay.
To this one?
Yeah, or you can show it right here.
I really like the color.
It's fun there.
It looks good.
I like how you can have the short.
It looks
hair.
more red on the camera.
Yeah, I like that color. It looks beautiful.
Also, if you just gave it,
I was
a
feeling
little
wine
bit
too.
Of, if you just give it a little bit of some,
could
some,
just set
some
it wherever
stuff
it's
here,
not
you know, you
sticky
can get a, you can have a
greasy.
mohawk.
Gotcha.
I like it, Megan. I approve.
I approved.
I like it,
approved
Megan.
too.
It looks great.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of short hair though too. Like,
Yeah, you
big
can,
fan of short
You have
hair.
a happy
She
face.
recently chopped her hair off.
You have a happy face, so you can kind of just do whatever
Did she
you
have
want,
long
and
hair
it,
until not
and it
too long
works.
ago?
It was longer.
She covered her ears.
I guess it's been a while.
Hannah says Hannah has a mohawk. You do. I like it actually.
Hannah, you have a mohawk?
I like Hannah's haircut.
Yeah.
She has.
Is it really
It's
wide?
like it's kind. No, it's kind of like
It's kind of full hockey.
it's kind of
Okay.
like
but like still commitment.
Yeah.
commitment enough.
Short hair is, when you get a short haircut like that, it is commitment because if you let it grow out too, it looks bad.
Mine's so static and it doesn't do
And the shape
anything.
too. They
And
put a lot of
it's
texture in it.
it's so devalued when I put my hair next to Terry's.
I didn't pick this hair.
It's not worse. It's just different.
not
Amanda
right.
says Megan's super cute. Thanks,
Yeah.
y'all. And it was hard for me to pull it off and get used to it. That's the worst thing. Terry cut my hair and I told her to cut all the dead stuff off, and I'm just like, oh my god, you cut my hair so short.
I didn't cut it all off. I cut what was okay. I cut what was okay, and I left what was gonna make it till you were ready for your next one.
Right,
Hopefully
but it's
sooner or
because I waited so long for a haircut. It's so short now that like, just like last week, I had to do these wonky little French braids because it's been down to like here, so I have these long braids that hang down. But now when I braid them, they're like Pippi Longstocking and they just stick out.
I think they look fine, but every time I get a haircut, I always feel like it just makes my head fatter because it makes this shorter, and I'm
Right.
like, and it's too short. I'm like, it's too short.
Yeah, every time it's too short. It's too
And then-
short. I'm
and-
already used to the length. I just
And
can't
then-
braid it.
Yeah, and then like
the way
2 days
that
later, you
did.
just don't remember, and then it says that it's perfect for like a month or two, and then it starts getting too long. So I get it.
Dawn says Megan's so pretty she can rock any hair.
It's
totally.
true. That's what they always say. Like if you have a pretty face, you could just
Yeah,
do anything.
shave it.
You
It
want.
doesn't
You
even
just
matter.
do anything you want.
Yeah,
so.
I can't. I have to have hair.
Yeah.
I like if I even put my hood up, I look like weird.
Oh,
Like,
I'm always reminding you. Hey, make sure you put your hood up, because I got your back.
no. When I put my hood up, I look weird.
Oh, not to cover your
I
face.
have to have
Okay.
hair to balance my face out.
Mine doesn't do anything. Mine's just so staticky. Yeah, man.
Terry, Hannah sent you a pic.
I saw it and oh yeah, that's what.
You know what Hannah looks like.
Yeah, we follow each other all over the place.
Right.
Duh.
Danielle says the poll is still 50-50. Nope, it's 52 Dexter right now, it says. Unless it hasn't updated up there.
It says, I want my hair super long, but bleach. But that's your style.
Absolutely. To me, that's what you look like. Like
Yeah,
I've only
like-
seen your one profile picture.
Right.
Low volume, bleach, and patience, Terry says. Yes, absolutely. Dan, it's 8:42. I don't know where it got to be 8:42.
Oh, is it time to say goodbye? Like that?
Wow.
Now
Dan's
it's time
family.
to say goodbye.
The
That's all I know.
RFS family.
Oh yeah, remember it's RFS Dan. Please subscribe to me. Remember we went. we've done that before. There's no more new bits.
Yes,
like
yes.
that's. It's been too many years now. Now we're just eating pizza on stream. Okay,
Yeah, we're not here to impress anymore. Just come hang out with
So
us.
one more time, but before we get out of here, we do have the card exchange coming.
Yes, once again, address is in the description. It's also in the the YouTube community tab on this channel and in the RFS family page on Facebook. If you guys haven't already, thank you, FFan, for reminding everybody. Please hit the thumbs up. Helps us.
Yeah.
Gina wants us to taste the biscotti.
Twist my arm.
Oh, yeah. So, also, tomorrow we will be live at 6 o'clock with RFS Dan 2.0, Dantix 2.0. Crystal did another 50 questions, 5 rounds of 10 questions each. Good themes. Do you have a sneaky peek of a theme, or not even, like...
I don't remember. Look, I've got 5 new categories.
Look, I know you don't remember because, like, every few days it's time for 5 new categories!
Yes. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Is maybe a Disney's Disney one of them?
Yes.
There you go. So we have a Disney category. So all you Mouseketeers... there's a lot of you.
Brittany wants to know if we've got tiebreakers. Look, here's the thing. Doing these every week, I'm not going to come up with new tiebreakers every week because we're not using them. So I do have a list of tiebreakers from before that we will default to if I need them.
Although Dantix 2.0, if there's a tie, it's just a tie.
Yeah, so far you've just been letting it, like, 2 people
I
tied.
don't know
Oh, well.
what we do. It's time to get on with it. Look, you're both
fair.
you're both the winner in the DFC.
That's fair. It's your show. You can make the rules on that one.
I mean, in the Olympics, when you'll both get like the same medal if you tie. Like you'll both get gold medals.
Okay.
But it kind of just stops the show. And then how do we do it? Or if that's the fun of it, you like that, right?
I like it better when, if you guys missed it last week, nobody got one of the questions. Nobody got the correct answer. And
I just don't know.
I'm still riding that
where
high.
you go from here.
I don't know. Can you guys all get one wrong? Like, all of you get one question wrong tomorrow night. Also, you guys aren't going to want to miss tomorrow night's episode. We are giving away one of the RFS Cats calendars. We are going to do a drawing. That is tomorrow, because it's already December.
I already ordered my RFS calendar. Where's it at?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ship it to you.
Oh my gosh, I was supposed to have. Did I make a calendar promo? I did, right?
Cyber Husky says, wait, you made Sarah and I do... Yeah, that's on... Okay, there we go. You made Sarah and I do a tiebreaker a few weeks ago. I know, but look...
Tiebreakers are back. This just
It's Dan's show, and he makes the rules.
No, I don't make the rules. Crystal does. This just in. Tiebreakers are back. By popular demand. Take that.
There you go.
Take that, Coke, for how fast that turnaround was to bringing it back.
Beer and Bug says, nobody getting questions right at all. Yes, there was one question, and it was about who was the only person who was an actual living person who was made into a Macy's Day Parade float, and nobody knew the answer. Out of 4 options for the answer, nobody got the correct answer, which I thought somebody would, because look, the right answer was Eddie Cantor. Nobody knows who the heck that is. All 3 of the other names were well known. I did like Marilyn Monroe and John Wayne and something else. And I'm like, everybody's going to go, I don't know who that is. It must have been that guy. But nobody did. Nobody picked the right answer on that one. And I got a special kick out of that I stumped you guys. Oh, that's the next step. No one gets any of the questions right the whole show. Oh, I think they'd leave after one round of that.
I know, huh?
All right, you guys, come try the biscotti. And then we're going to wrap this up. So, tomorrow night, Dantix. Every super chat... Wait, not every super chat will get you an entry. People who super chat will get an entry. 1 entry per person. At the end of the show, we're going to take all of those entries. You do not need to be present to win. We will contact you in some way, shape, or form to let you know that you were the winner.
It would be funner if you were, though.
It would be a lot cooler if you were there. But you don't have to stay and watch the whole show if you have to leave before we finish the show. But yeah, we're going to draw one of those super chat names out of a hat or a thing or a something. Charlie Chaplin. Yes, that was the other one that I had put on there. We'll draw a name out, and whoever's name gets chosen will have an RFS Cats calendar shipped directly to them from the internet. I don't know how long they take to arrive, but we're doing it early so you can get it. There's text on that that's weird. There it goes. If you guys haven't heard, we did make an RFS Cats calendar. You covered me up, so I don't know.
Sorry, hold on, I'm coming back. Hold on.
I just don't know if you're showing the calendar. There we go. This way? No, this way. I made an RFS Cats calendar. If you guys would like to order it, the link is somewhere. It's places. It's createacalendar.com. I don't think you can go there and just search for it. I think you have to go from the link. Linda says, on Crystal's birthday, answer all the questions wrong. That would be great. So yes, you can get your 2023 RFS Cats calendar with pictures of all of our lovely, adorable cats. There's 2 size options. I have nothing more to say about that. We're giving one of them away tomorrow. Check the calendar. We've got more giveaways all month. You could win delicious things that I made, which will include not this biscotti, but a biscotti.
6 o'clock Pacific?
6 o'clock Pacific time. You do the math. You can search like Pacific to Eastern time, and it'll do the math for you. You don't even have to do the math yourself. But yeah, do the math. We'll see you guys tomorrow. But come try biscotti. They want us to try the product.
Oh, shoot. That's right. My bad.
You want to share this one with me? Because I don't want to hold biscotti.
But you want that one? Wait, what if we eat it from both ends like Fiddler on the Roof? Lady on the Tramp. Oh my gosh.
The glaze definitely makes it eggnoggy.
Mm-hmm.
The eggnoggy flavor is faint in the biscotti itself.
It's still good
That
right
glaze
now.
kicks it up a notch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Look, poison.
Feel free to get more.
It's
more
good,
glaze.
and it's going to get a little harder over the next few days, which makes it really
Yes.
good for dipping in my tea.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good recipe.
That's a really good recipe.
I'm not opposed to this one.
Good job.
It's not
Thanks, Dan.
offensive. You could give this to someone who wasn't a fan of eggnog, and they'd be all right with it.
Maybe without the glaze.
Maybe without
the
the glaze.
The glaze definitely pushes a little more of that eggnog flavor. So if you don't like eggnog, you're probably not going to like that glaze.
Could you possibly, if the icing was, if the glaze was too strongly flavored for somebody's particular taste, dilute it with another milk?
You could absolutely just make a regular milk glaze, and milk and vanilla extract, and no.
Asking for possibly a friend.
Of course, no eggnog in it, or you could. The almond biscotti just the almond biscotti just has white chocolate on it. You could just melt some white chocolate and put it on the top of it.
Yeah,
Brittany posted a link. Thank you so much, Brittany, for the calendar.
Crystal makes other scotty all the time, like throughout the holidays with other stuff, like you said, on top of it. So it doesn't have to be the nog.
Yeah, you can put whatever you want, or don't put anything on it if you just want plain scotty. That
So
works too.
That works too. Sometimes I like the plain scotty because I'm just dipping it in my hot drink and then eating it because that's fun to me.
Yes.
Yeah, good job. Okay. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow night for
How
fun.
about a Dantix 2.0 where all the answers are the same number? No. By the time you guys figured it out, then I change it. Like, everything's A for the whole first round. Then you're like, wait, everything's A. And then it's not for the second one. What? We'll mix it up for you guys.
Everything was A when I was doing it.
Yes, everything was A when Dan did it. I go through and try to make sure, like, okay, I did A, now I gotta do D, now B. It's never gonna be A, B, C, D, unless sometimes it is because I screwed up and I have a really hard time trying to make sure I mix it up and don't make them all the same one. Alright guys, we'll see you tomorrow for Dantix 2.0 at 6 p.m. Pacific. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody, and make some eggnog biscotti. And if you haven't tried eggnog, go try some eggnog. Bye guys, have a good night.